Hey, welcome to another episode of Midnight Quest, where tonight we will be continuing our hero's journey to solve the mystery of the Talisman of Lore. Tonight, we're going to be following a group of heroes as they enter the Tower of Turrek Tor, once the scene of many magical discoveries and now the home to a multitude of monsters. Should definitely be an interesting quest tonight as we get back to kind of normal, as the last two streams were dedicated to a quest which only used the central room. So it'll be kind of nice to get back to using the whole rest of the board. Oh, what do we got? Gohan says, I solved it, but then forgot. Oh, geez, I feel that on a primal level. Just occurring to everything, for sure. We got Justin and Gohan in the chat already tonight, ready to go for a quest. And I'm sure we'll be getting some more people here soon, so we better get everything set up and ready to go so that we can get started playing this thing. All right, let's pick our characters. Now, of course, every single quest in this book, we are required to utilize the bearer of the Talisman of Lore, Tiaga the Warlock. So naturally, she is going to go into our party. She is going to be the last member of the party. So we're going to have her kind of head up at the end. And then we need to pick the three that are going up front. So regular viewers know, but just in case you happen to be brand new here, we have 12 heroes in the ranks, but only 4 can go on a quest at a time. So we have these Beatles cards, which line up with a character randomizer sheet on the wall behind me. This helps us randomize which characters go on each quest and also helps us keep them relatively even as far as the number of quests that they've been on. So our first hero tonight, other than Tiaga, of course, is the Ace of Clubs, which is none other than good old Sir Ragnar. Here is Sir Ragnar, Colonel of the Guardian Knights. And the chat may have to keep a wary eye on him tonight to make sure that he stays alive, since we have some viewers who very much enjoy trying to kill him. We also have the Nine of Diamonds, which is Paya the Monk. Here is Paya. Seems like it's been just a minute since we've had her on a quest, so it'll be nice to have her monk skills. And finally tonight, we have the Queen of Diamonds, which is Robert Tylan the Berserker. And here he is. Yes, indeed. Another character that we should probably try and watch out for and try to keep alive, because the chat has it in for the R names. That's for sure. Oh yes, already Gohan says down with Robert. Oh no. All right, let's get their character cards out here, and then we'll get their character sheets ready so that we know what kind of stuff they have. There's Ragnar. Oh, let's see. Who else are we looking for? Paya and Robert. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's see. So almost no magic going into the quest tonight, just whatever Tiaga has, so that'll be interesting. Super dead. All right, let's get some character sheets going here so we can see what everybody's got. Here is Ragnar, there's Robert, there's Paya, and then we just need Tiaga. Here we go. How did Tiaga get so far down? Surely I would have just put her character sheet right on the top of those last night. I shouldn't have even put all her stuff away. I got a little bit excited and forgot that she has to go on every quest and put all her stuff away. Okay, the first thing that we need to do is determine how many skill set points this particular group of 4 heroes has. That number is going to plug in into a monster scale difficulty chart on the wall back here so that we can see how hard our monsters are going to be. So the more experienced the group of heroes, the harder the monsters are. Justin says, I could do the water temple a million times and always forget how to beat it. I always play this game fully like 2 times a year. You'd think I'd have it memorized. Yeah, I don't think it's possible for me anyway. Okay, so let's add up some skill set points here. Ragnar has 26. Paya has 28. Robert has 28. And Tiaga has 30. Oh, we are getting dangerous there. 112. Gohan says, water washes away any memory, so you can never have it memorized. Yes. 112. Ooh boy, which puts us right at the bottom of level 4 difficulty. So this is going to be the first time that we are going to be seeing level 4 difficulty. In this, all monsters have an extra body point and an extra attack dice. Boss monsters are also impervious to long range. So we got to kill boss monsters up close. Monsters are going to be a little bit harder to kill, and they're going to hit a little harder. So we've definitely got some dangerous monsters going on. And I imagine we're going to spend most of the rest of this book in level 4 difficulty, mostly just because of Tiaga going on every single quest and gaining 2 skill set points every time. So she's going to be keeping us up there, and then probably at the start of the next book, we're actually going to pull back down just a little bit, being that we won't be seeing her on every quest. Okay, let's get items, skills, and spells sorted, and then we will be ready to read the quest text and actually get started. So, Ragnar, first off, oh yeah, some armory stuff, because in the last quest that Ragnar went on, both his battle axe and his chainmail were destroyed by rust spells. So we should replace those. Robert actually has access to the Tier 2 Armory, too, which is, he's the first hero who actually has that, so we can spend some of this gold we've got getting him some good equipment. But before we do that, we definitely have to replace Ragnar's stuff. Oh, geez. Okay, so we currently have 5,550 gold coins, which is a lot. To replace Ragnar's stuff, we need to spend 450 coins on a battle axe, and I believe 500 coins on chainmail. So that'll take us down just a little bit. That's going to take us to 4,600. And that'll kind of pop us back up where we should be with Ragnar anyway. 4 attack dice and 3 defense dice. He really needs to build some combat so that he gets his base defense up. 3 defense dice is kind of pathetic for where we are in the game. Okay, and then Robert having Tier 2 Armory. So there's a few things that we have in this, but the big stuff, we have a Mithril Longsword, which is 5,000 coins, which gives you 5 attack dice, and that will max him out on attack. Now, we can't afford that anymore. We have a longbow for 2,000 coins, which gives you 4 long-range dice. He can't have that because he's not allowed to have long range. We've got a silver buckler for 1,000 coins, which would give him an extra defense dice. It's basically a shield that just attaches to his arm, so it doesn't get in the way of him having a battle axe like a normal shield would. And then we also have Mithril Mail for 3,000 coins, which gives him 2 dice for defense, which would again pop him up there. So, excuse me. Really, the only thing we can do, being that we can't afford the Mithril Longsword, we could totally get him a silver buckler and Mithril Mail. That would take up pretty much all the gold we have, and it would give him 2 extra defense dice, which is not a terrible thing. Justin missed a room. Oh, and Dr. Funnut's here. How's it going? Hello, hello. Hope you're doing good. We're getting set up and ready to go. I do believe that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go ahead and give him some more defense dice. It's going to make it a little harder for him to actually access his berserker skills, but I think that's going to be okay, especially with the way the chat has it out for him. We might want him defending pretty good. So silver buckler. Oh, I guess I should make sure that he's not barred from having any of these. Oh, he totally is barred from having the buckler. Okay. Well, never mind on that. We'll just get him the Mithril Mail then. Okay, so that also means we're selling his chainmail. So we're going to add 250 coins for selling that, but then subtract 3,000 for buying the new armor. And that's going to give us our new total. That's also going to bump him up to 4 defense dice. And that's pretty much going to max him out. That's as much as he's going to have clear to the end of the game. Unless building combat ever gives him more defense. And I'm not sure if it does or not. Dr. Funda says, I'm excited and very happy right now. Hey, you can't beat that. I'm happy to hear that. Any particular thing going good? Oh, and Bohemius is here as well. Good to see you, Bohemius. Hope you're also doing well. What'd that put us down to? 1,850 coins. So that's still a pretty good amount, but as you can see, I've been prattling on for a long time about how 5,000 coins seemed like a lot, but that tier 2 armory was going to wipe it out immediately. And there you go. One character. We didn't even buy everything he could have. We bought everything we could afford, and that's just one character. So we've got plenty of upward movement there. Okay, as far as items go, looks like Ragnar has a fair amount of potions of healing, a heroic brew, and a potion of defense. Healing, healing, healing. Heroic brew, potion of defense. Now, our heroes are starting to get to the point where I'm not thinking about using potions often enough. So I definitely want to have a goal of using up most of the potions in this quest. I want those potions back in the discard pile because we're getting close to shuffling the discard pile and making it the new treasure deck again, and we're going to start having bad stuff happen more often if the heroes don't start using up the things they have. All right. So Dr. Funda says, well, I got my custom playmat. Nice. Oh, yes, you can't beat that. And Bohemius, I feel 1 year older today. Happy birthday, Bohemius. That's awesome. So we have a almost exactly 1 month apart birthday because mine was on June 15th and now yours is July 15th. That's awesome. Hope you've had a good birthday. Gohan says monsters having extra attack dice will cause some potion usage. Agreed. And I don't know why I screwed up saying that so bad. Paya actually doesn't have any items at all. Robert's got 3 magical throwing daggers. We can just give him a single card for that. Magical throwing daggers. He's got a potion of magic resistance and a potion of strength. And then Tiaga's got quite a bit of stuff here. Now she's got the Talisman of Lore, but that is reflected in her mind points, so she doesn't need that card. She's got 2 potions of healing. There's one. There's another one. She's got the Rod of Telekinesis and also 2 potions of magic resistance. There's both of those things. Paya has the defense rolls. Yes, she does. Yes. And she's got nothing, right? She's got no equipment, no items. She's going in totally blank, and she is still one of the heaviest attackers and defenders. That's just how monks go when you've got lots of combat skill set. I don't know how you spell it. Yeah, no, 100%. You're right. P-A-Y-A is correct. Bohemian says, thanks. Pizza and cake, my favorite birthday combo. Nice. I like cake every once in a while. I'm not a huge cake guy, but I'll have a good cake, especially if it's a good chocolate cake, every here and then I'm good with it after a while. But yeah, you can't beat that combo. Okay, skills. So Ragnar's got the 3 knight skills: concentrated attack, imperial training, and rallying call. And just for the sake of a little bit less explanation, we'll explain what those do when and if he uses them. I want to have a goal of using up pretty much everything that we can. So I would like for him to find a reason to use all 3 of those this time. Paya gets the 8 monk skills. And again, there's a whole thing that goes with her being able to use these skills. Definitely safe to save those explanations for when or if she uses them. And just like with Ragnar, I would certainly like to find an excuse to use pretty much all of this at some point in the quest tonight. Robert's got Berserker skills, and he also has unlocked double Berserker skills. So he can use each one twice, which he's had that for a few quests now. Enrage, Retaliation, and Frenzy. And again, he's got each one of those twice. Everything but Enrage requires him to be under a certain body point level. So it's kind of difficult for him to reach those, both because he's got decent defense now, and also because the randomized skill set points keep giving him more body points, which ironically he's kind of like the worst character class to have a bunch of body points, because it puts him far away from being able to use his skills. But that's how it works. That's exactly what Gohan was talking about in the Discord earlier, with that randomization of the points kind of forcing a certain kind of play style. Okay, and then Tiaga's got magic. Now she gets 4 total spells, 3 of which have to be her warlock spells, which are Dark Wings, Fear, and Demon Form. But she does get 1 other spell. Let's see what she's got unlocked. So it could be a regular spell, a protection spell, or a tier 2 spell. She gets to pick which one it is. It's not random. And we've been giving her Consuming Flame. May actually be more to our advantage to give her a healing spell this time, just because we know the monsters are going to be hitting harder. Yeah, I think we will. Just for safety's sake, we'll give her Reign of Restoration, which is a tier 2 healing spell. It gives the targeted hero 5 body points. Bohemia says, I hope Avalon Hill wakes me up tomorrow with some HeroQuest news. Well, today. Yeah, you're right. And Justin says, Dark Link time. Nice. I've got a Dark Link Master Sword and Hylian shield down here in the basement. I just don't have any idea how to drill into concrete, or I would have it on display. Gohan says, Rain sounds like an AoE spell. Yeah, an area of effect spell. Yeah, Reign of Restoration. Yeah, that's fair. I do have, now it's not in my face cam shot. It's kinda in the other face cam shot. It's not. My dad actually got this for me. He and my brother and my niece visited a store recently, and just out of the blue, he came home with this Drist doll with Guinevere as well, which you can't beat. So I thought, well, this ought to be down here. I've also got Drist's 2 scimitars down here as well, Icing Death and Twinkle. I've got replicas of those swords. Just don't have any good way to display them, being that the walls are concrete. So we've at least got Drist down here watching over us. Okay, I do believe that we are ready to get started. So let me get the music started here. There we go. Okay, tonight's quest is Quest 4 in Book 4. This quest is called The Tower of Turrek Tor. Your climb was hard fought, but there is no time for rest. Now you must enter Malar's tower. The air here reeks of dread magic. Malar's research must have reached dangerously into the realm of Zargon's craft. Tread carefully. Many have sought to use the powers of darkness, but I can tell you madness embraces them all in the end. The meaning in Lore Tome's pages still eludes me. If I discern any foresight into your journey, I will speak with you. Yes. So on we go. Gohan says 4-4 Tor, yeah. And we're in level 4 difficulty for the first time ever tonight, too. Book 4, Quest 4, level 4, Turrek Tor. Weird. Okay, we are starting tonight with an entrance room, which we actually haven't seen for a little while, so that's kind of nice. We'll get Ragnar on there, Paya on there, Robert Tylan on there. Got a little something stuck to the room there, I'm not sure what it is, and Tiaga on there. William says, when they published Rise of the Dread Moon, they institute July 15th as the official HeroQuest day, but they never celebrate it again. Oh, I don't think I saw that. That's good to know. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see if they announce anything, because a lot of people have been talking about waiting for another brand new original, since they've got to be done with the remakes now, unless they're going to remake Dark Company, and I kind of feel like they won't. Gohan says, it was Professor Plum in the kitchen with the candlestick. Yes! That's the mystery. Okay, so let's get our board camera here so that we can see what's going on. Oh, that's right. I had the calculator up. There we go. Now that's going to put us where we need to go. So we need to see the upper corner of the board, which is where our entrance room is opening up into. We've got a wall down right immediately. So the only way they can go is straight down the upper hallway. And since this acts as an open door, I can also put down these two walls and clear on the other side of the board. So all the way in the corner over here, there is an orc archer. There we go. Gohan says, I remember I write Hero Quest books. I know my stuff. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, I forgot to stick the character cards out so that I can try and remember this turn order. Now this isn't a particularly long quest by the looks of it, so if I can focus, then theoretically we'll get the whole quest done tonight, which will be nice. I am again having a heck of a time combining the last two streams into a single episode. For some reason it just does not want to correctly export. So yeah, it'd be nice to have it as one chunk if possible. Okay, so starting right off the bat with Sir Ragnar, he does indeed like searching for treasure, which we can't do in a hallway, so his options are search for traps, search for secret doors, or just move. He's not going to be able to shoot at that orc just yet. And he is going to forego any sort of searching at the moment and move. So let's roll him and see what he gets. 6, not very much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Stopping right there. Yeah, Gohan says, you keep saying that. Yeah. Bohemia says, I was so happy that it was also my birthday, but then they never mentioned it again, and I was a little confused. Yes. Yeah, that would have been a fantastic kind of like birthday present to have your birthday be announced as Hero Quest Day. That's amazing. Hopefully they go back to that. Gohan says, I swear you've said this looks short pretty often. Yeah, I think you're right. I just get distracted too easy. Justin says, if you send me the files, I can export it for you. Did I miss something? Did I miss something there? Or was that mistaken and meant to be sent somewhere else? I probably missed something. I've said something that was in response to that I've already forgotten I said, probably. All right. Excuse me. Ragnar's second action. Now that he's in there... Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. I need to figure out my technology. That's what it is. There's something going on with it, and I just don't know what it is. I have it edited together in a way that I want, but then that edit won't export. So it's not just slapping the two things together and hitting export. You know what I mean? Okay, either traps or secret doors. Since he's here, we might as well force him to do one or the other. And it's going to be secret doors. Stupid, Ragnar. That's stupid. No secret doors in this hallway that I'm allowed to say anything about. Smack it and tell it who's boss. Yeah, yeah. I'd like to. At this point, I don't hit things because I'm afraid they will break, but they just kind of break anyway, so why not hit them? Paya the monk. She doesn't have any sort of searching thing that she likes, so is she searching for traps or is she immediately moving? She is indeed going to search this hallway for traps before she does anything, and thank the good Lord, because there are 3 traps in this hallway, none of which would have been a big deal, but it still would have been awfully annoying for them to step on traps that they could have searched for and just didn't. 3 spear traps, one of which is right in front of Ragnar's dumb face. He got really lucky he didn't roll a little bit more. There is another one a little bit further down, and another one even a little bit more further down. Is that on camera? Almost. There it is. Spear trap's not a big deal, but still, frustrating if they step on it. Gohan says nothing is made to last anymore. Yeah. And if you're me and we're talking about technology, nothing is made to work at all. You know? Okay, Paya. Moving 8 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think we will just go ahead and have her step on that. She can disarm it, but she has the same odds of jumping it as she does disarming it in the case of a pit trap. So let's just have her try to jump it. If it's a shield, she's good. And it is not. So that trap hits her, she loses a body point, and she stops on that square. But the trap is also gone then. Okay, losing a body point drops her to 11. I have to imagine that in response to the video that I've tried twice today to export, that I've just asked the computer to do too many things at once, and that's probably why it didn't work. It may have worked this most recent time too, but it was right on the line. I was hoping to export it and upload it before we started today. This episode just now, it finished exporting at 11:55. So I wasn't gonna go ahead and set it to upload to YouTube while we were also streaming because the computer's strained. But it still kind of like froze. It froze at 100%, and I had to force quit Premiere Pro. I don't know what the deal is with that. So I guess we'll find out. Robert Tylan, no more searching can be done, it's just moving, and he is moving pretty good here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right along. And Tiaga, the only other thing she can do other than move is potentially cast Demon Form. So is she going to do that? Demon Form or move? She is just moving. A fair amount, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and she can't take her 6th movement. Bohemia says, I sent you the Hasbro link on Discord about July 15th. Awesome. Yes, I will definitely check that out. So it's like literally just now your birthday, right? Or the time zone, are you like an hour later than us? So it's been your birthday for about an hour or so already? Well, hour and a half at this point. Or are you in the same time zone? I always forget how that works. If you're in the same one or not. You there says, okay, I'm here. Have we killed Ragnar yet? Not yet. We've just finished turn number 1. Kind of, actually, because there is an Orc Archer that we need to move technically before the turn is over. The heroes are also not in range of that Orc Archer, but he should be able to move up so that they are 8 movement, just like a regular Orc here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so unfortunately, Robert there is still not quite close enough to shoot at yet. We're getting it out of the way just right at the bat. We'll stick that in his inventory for later consumption. There you go. Okie dokie. So I guess we are at. Oh, there it is. Getting the restoration potion in there too, I see. Oh, and Bohemia says, I blew the candles 28 minutes ago. For me, Midnight Quest starts at my midnight. Okay, cool. So we are in the same time zone then. Ragnar. Nothing left to do in this hallway other than hopefully avoid those traps and try to get rid of that Orc Archer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll go ahead and let him step on this trap. So again, he also has Toolkit Disarm, meaning he has the same odds of disarming that trap as he does jumping it. Actually, he can't jump that trap because he doesn't have enough squares to get to the other side of it. So we'll stop him 1 short, and then we'll have him shoot at that Orc Archer, basically. He likes to attack long range, but since he has no other option here, we'll go ahead and do that. So he puts an arrow in his crossbow and fires at the Orc Archer, hitting it with a 2. The archer doesn't defend a single thing and is taken out before it can do anything. We'll see if that continues throughout the rest of the quest. That's some good dice luck right off the bat. That can't possibly last, right? Paya. Also moving, just not very fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right up behind Ragnar. Like I said, no other searching can be done right at the moment, so we'll just continue right on with Robert. And he is moving 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if he jumps over this trap right here. He does not. So he takes a body point of damage and must end his movement right there on that square. Now that doesn't end his turn. It does end his movement. That's going to drop him to 13 body points. He really has. He is almost maxed out Constitution, which is wild. Because that does not have an equal split in the randomization as everything else. But, what are you going to do? There isn't anything else he can do on his turn, so effectively his turn is over. Tiaga, are we casting Demon Form or moving? She is going to go ahead and cast Demon Form now. So we need to swap her mini out. Oh, she's not on camera, is she? Swap her mini out for the Demon Mini, and we'll go ahead and read the card since it's the first cast for this. She is now allowed to ignore pit traps. She also gets an extra attack dice for close and long range attacks. The spell is broken if she takes any damage. However, she regains the ability to cast it if she kills any monster. So pretty handy spell. With second action then, we will move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just enough to get beyond the other heroes and off camera once again, naturally. And we are back to Ragnar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not moving very quickly. Paya. Nobody's moving quickly. 1, 2, 3, and she's got to stop right there. Wandering Monster. Who, on whom are we attacking here? We actually have kind of a limited range here because only Ragnar or Robert have spaces open next to them. I would have said Ragnar anyway. We're good. Okay. Let's see what we get on him. The 3 of Hearts is an Ocean Goblin. Why does that? That's so crazy. I always just draw the very next card on the deck. An Ocean Goblin has gotten redeemed from that so many times that statistically it shouldn't be possible. The 3 of Hearts is the only card in that deck that summons an Ocean Goblin. Dr. Funnut love Ocean Goblins. Well, there you go. He's also going to just park everybody right there so they can't do anything until this guy's gone, which is also pretty funny. Uther says Ocean Goblin needs to be removed. They, for some reason, love me. Well, yeah, nothing wrong with that. All right, the Ocean Goblin immediately swings a dagger at Ragnar, but misses. And there you go. Oh, wait a minute. We're going to re-roll that because I forgot. We're in level 4 difficulty tonight, which gives all the monsters an extra attack dice as well. So that roll was actually not correct. We'll just completely redo it. The Ocean Goblin swings its daggers at Ragnar, hitting him with a 1. See, there's a little better. Which he blocks. But still, I gotta stick that firmly in my brain since we are in level 4 difficulty. Aim for Robert, his name is too plain. Yes, level 4 difficulty tonight. Mostly thanks to Tiaga being on every quest. She's just gaining skill set points constantly. So she's driving up even an otherwise low level party's skill sets kind of overall. So extra body point and extra attack dice for every single monster. And boss monsters are impervious to long range. No boss in tonight's quest, but if there was, we wouldn't be able to fire arrows at him. Okay, it is Robert's turn. However, there's not a single thing he can do. He can't move because of that Ocean Goblin. He doesn't have long range because he's a Berserker. He's not allowed to, so he can't attack. All the searching's been done, so we're skipping right over him and going to Tiaga, who's right behind Ragnar. And she is going to send a blast of demonic energy at the Ocean Goblin, hitting it with a 1. She's not swinging any better than the monsters at this point. It doesn't defend, but it's got an extra body point, so it's not dead. Way to go, Tiaga. How about we don't do the useless thing tonight? We want to get through this quest in a decent amount of time. Excuse me. Monster's turn. The Ocean Goblin is here. However, it did attack on this turn cycle, so we are back to Ragnar. Ragnar is swinging his battle axe at the Ocean Goblin, hitting it with a 2, which is indeed, because it's damaged already, a skilled strike, and that Ocean Goblin is super dead. But it did serve a very good function of being a minor annoyance to the heroes. forcing Robert to skip his turn. This ocean goblin is like, this is payback for blockading my friends last time. Yeah, no kidding. And Gohan says, boo, Robert. Oh no, Gohan has joined the other side. Here I was like all happy that the chat had at least kind of evenly divided into people who wanted to keep people alive and people who wanted heroes dead. Oh no. Okay, difficult monster for Robert. We've got Dread Warrior, Chaos Warrior, Doom Guard, Gargoyle, or Ogre. Kings no help. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's a Gargoyle. You guys are insane. Let's get this terribly painted Gargoyle. Why not? Okay, I was going to say, I imagine I don't have to ask who's getting the extra stat there. Bohemia says, I add a dice of different color to remember the extra die. Visually helps me a lot. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, so we'll also go ahead and draw for what this Gargoyle is getting extra. So it'll be low card number is attack, medium card number is defense, high card number is a body point. And we've got low. So this Gargoyle is going to be +1 body point and +2 attack. I am slowly dying. Or maybe not so slow. Okay, Gargoyle, I should know this. So normally 4 attack, 5 body points, 3... Nope, 4 attack, 5 defense, 3 body points is now going to be 6 attack, 5 defense, 4 body points. I have no chance of remembering that. 6, 5, 4 are the stats here. And because it was just summoned, it's going to immediately attack Robert. Hitting him with a 5. That's how you do it. Robert's defense is a little bit boosted because of the Mithril Mail we got him. He blocks 4 of those. That's pretty wild. Dropping him to 12. What do we get? Oh, Bohemius redeemed a potion of strength. Go Gargoyle. There you go. Is that for Robert there? To the Gargoyle. Well, that's not how that works at all. I believe it was still Ragnar's turn. So Ragnar killed that goblin. He does have another action. We're going to go ahead and move. 1, 2, and 3. Of course, he's going to step on the spear trap and make an attempt at jumping over it, which is indeed successful in this case. That was only 3, I believe. Four, 5. What did he roll? He rolled a 10. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9. So he got to the corner there. So he's looking down the new hallway. Yeah, we're going to switch camera angles here so that we can see down this new hallway. So what Ragnar's looking at right at the moment is a wall there, a wall down here, which is off camera. There we go. Wall down here, and a door leading into the yellow room right here, just like this. There's also a mountain orc in this hallway. Right there. Okay, one additional thing happening here is that once a hero passes a certain square, which Ragnar just did, a secret door opens up behind them, way back here by the entrance. A secret door opens up right here, revealing a room full of monsters who all immediately get to move and attack. There is a swamp goblin, a mountain goblin, and an orc archer all hanging out in this room. Now, none of them will actually reach a hero because that gargoyle's in the way, but it's not like any of these monsters were going to do more damage than that gargoyle. Swamp goblin. And an orc archer. I guess the archer might get close enough to shoot. The best thing about Hero Quest is the gargoyle, yes. Robert is lucky there's a limit. If there was no limit, Robert and Ragnar would be having the worst time ever. Yeah, and we'd never leave this quest either. Gohan says if Gramina shows up. There are archers, so maybe. Yeah, so you there caught the same thing I did. Okay, so both of the goblins are going to move 10 because swamp goblins aren't down on movement or anything. The archer moves 8. So yeah, I would say the archer, even if we put the archer at the back, which makes the most sense logically, I think he's still going to be able to fire. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, literally exactly enough for that orc to go ahead and fire at Robert. Firing an arrow and hitting him with a 2. Oh, stuck dice. He blocks one and not the other. Dropping him to 11. Very nice. Okay, that's been a wild. That all happened during Ragnar's turn. Literally all of that. So Paya, it is now Paya's turn, and it's really too bad she can't get close range on anybody right at the moment. She has long range, but it's garbage, and we're not looking at anything useful right now, are we? Yeah, there we go. So honestly, her best bet is to roll and see if there's some way she can get down to help Ragnar with that orc. Let's just roll just because I'm curious what she would get. That's not going to be good. Okay, so in that case, I think we'll just turn her around, and even though her long range kind of sucks, we'll just have her help with the gargoyle. So she looses some energy bolts at the gargoyle, hitting it with a 1, which it blocks. Just barely, though. That's a gargoyle. You got to hit harder than 1. And it is indeed Robert's turn. Okay. Yeah, being that this thing is quite a bit dangerous, that potion of strength is probably something that we should have. So he's got a potion of strength, which I think we'll go ahead and just use. That gargoyle is a rather large threat. Robert swings his battle axe. Only hitting the thing with a 2. It doesn't defend either one, but obviously it's still pretty far from dead. Actually, I guess it's only got 4 body points, doesn't it? So maybe not far from dead, but also definitely not dead. Dr. Funa says, any chance they might accidentally hit a hero since they are in a narrow hallway? Ah, yeah, no, at least not in this case, for the sake of simplicity. Gohan says, I just don't like Robert. Half dead. Okay, so that's going to take us off to... Oh, Cal's here. Hey, Cal. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Hello, hello. It's going to take us to Tiaga, right? Yes. Yeah, and I think Ragnar can handle the orc. We've got a situation forming behind us. So Tiaga sends a blast of demonic energy at the gargoyle, hitting it with a 3. Which it didn't defend. That's wild. Well, it got a pretty good hit in on Robert. May have died quick, but only because all 4 heroes are bunched up here in the hallway. But oh boy, did it get a good hit in on him. 5 skulls. Wild. Stuck in. Ah, gotcha. Gohan says, I demand a new one. We've got plenty of monsters right now, that's for sure. And unfortunately, there's not really anything Robert can do at the moment about those monsters. So I do think he is going to continue moving down the hallway just so that we're not dilly-dallying, if you will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that an Ohio term, or is that something that everybody knows? When I say dilly-dallying. Yes, indeed. Okay, that takes us to the monster's turn. Why did I move Robert? It's not Robert's turn. That was Tiaga. Get with the program, man. Distracted. Yeah, Tiaga can't really do anything. Not anything that would be beneficial at this particular moment anyway. Okay, we'll leave it all. They might not know Buckeyes, though. There you go. Everybody knows dilly-dallying. Okay, good. That's this. Actually, I shouldn't have asked if that was an Ohio thing, because if I say something like that around here, it's pretty common for me to get weird looks. Like, what is this guy talking about? Okay, Goblin moving up to Robert. Swinging a sword. Hitting him with a 1. Come on, dice. He blocks. We've also got the archer firing at him. Hitting him with a 3. He doesn't block a single one. 2 and 3, dropping him to 8. And then, of course, we've also got this orc coming to attack Ragnar, swinging its cleaver, and hitting Ragnar with a critical hit of 4. Wow. Ragnar defends 1 and loses 3, dropping him to 9. Okay, back to the hero's turn. It is Ragnar's turn. We're already pointed at him, so let's go ahead and take care of the situation he's got going on here. Swinging his battle axe at the orc, he completely misses. That's pretty stupid. Okay, it sucks that we're really early in the quest, but I do feel like this is necessary. One of his skills is Imperial Training, which allows him to re-roll 1 attack, defense, or movement. So we're just gonna let him re-roll that attack. But he's stuck with this one now, and he doesn't have another one of those. Swinging his battle axe, he hits the orc with a 3. See, now that's more like it. The orc blocks 1, still takes 2, and is dead. Now that's, yeah, he got rid of it, but there are some more difficult monsters later on in the quest that he now will not have that for. Oh, geez. Oh no, what's going on? Apparently for an Ohioan, you're the outsider. Oh, it's not even just for Ohioan. They ought to. If not, then I guess they live under a rock, given I know it. There you go. And Dr. Funda says, this is Patrick. Cal has recognized the danger of having Ragnar on a quest. Absolutely. And just says, got a 12-hour shift tomorrow, so I'm going to watch till I pass out. Yeah, totally understood there, man. Is this the Krusty Krab? Okay, that being Ragnar's turn, he does have an action left, which he might as well spend either searching for traps, secret doors, or moving. Now, I don't think we're going to move him just because theoretically the heroes down this way in the hallway should be able to take care of all that going on, but we don't want him to get too far away from everybody else completely on his own. So let's either search for traps or search for secret doors. He is going for traps in the hallway that he is looking down right at the moment, which is this side hallway here. And there is indeed one trap in this hallway. It is a pit trap, and it is right here. He should move. He wants to explore more. Sure he does. Okay, that takes us to Paya, who is again just not in the greatest situation to help. I think we ought to move Robert after this turn so that Paya can be up front. She's kind of wasted in the back. Now he also is, but he could be moving down the hallway with Ragnar. Oh no. Okay, we'll take care of that here in a second. Okay, Paya's gonna try and get rid of that goblin at least. Sending some energy bolts at the goblin. She hits it with a 1, which it does not defend. Not dead, but damaged. And then she's gonna move. Or are we gonna have her up close? Nah, we'll send her down there with Ragnar actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because she definitely ought to be close range whenever she can. She has long range, but it's bad news. All right, let's take care of that dread spell. You there has redeemed a dread spell for Robert. We are bound and determined to not finish this quest tonight. Okay, we are going with the 9th spell down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Dreadlights. Is this a spell that makes sense? Yeah, we can do this. This is not a spell I've actually ever seen used. I think this came with Rise of the Dread Moon, maybe? Oh, hey, 1 in 26 is here. How's it going? Good to see you. Talking about a wood screw named Freddy. Okay, so Dreadlights. The spell surrounds any one hero in the spellcaster's line of sight, which in this case, Robert based on the choice, with eerie tongues of ghostly light. All monsters roll 1 additional attack dice when attacking this hero. The spell can be broken at once or on a future turn by the affected hero rolling 1 movement dice. On a 5 or 6, the spell is broken. So it's not even for mind points. Yes, Bohemia says yes, and a very strong debuff. Nice. Did I change that? Because I'm curious. I kind of lose track of what I've changed and what I haven't. Luke doesn't see the screw. Freddy's a master ninja, it would seem. Yes, of course. Okay, and we've got Wandering Monster jumping up on him. Good, Freddy the Wood Screw Ninja. Nice. Okay, what have we got going on here? The 2 of Spades is not one we can use. Nope, can't be a Spades card. Give me something we can use. The Ace of Diamonds is a skeleton. Okay, we really don't have any choice but to put the skeleton behind him. And the skeleton is going to attack immediately, hitting him with a 2. It gets an extra attack dice because of the level 4 difficulty and another extra attack dice because of the Dreadlights. So it hits him with a 2. He doesn't defend either one of them. Ridiculous. Come on, man. You deserve to die if you're going to not put up that level of fight. Ah, there you go. Sounds the same. Okay, good. Maybe it was broken only with a roll of 6. Don't remember. Gotcha. I might have made it slightly easier. Oh yeah, he should have gotten a chance to break that spell immediately too. Well, he got hit by it once. Well, at least it's a point redeemed, so we'll let it be effective at least once. I'm just gonna immediately, yeah, apply that to Robert there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And it is his turn as well. So first off, let's see if he breaks the Dreadlights. So this is a 1 movement dice, and if this is a 5 or a 6, the spell is gone. Okay, there you go. Like I said, it still did negatively affect him for 1 turn. It sounds like we're not going to need any help hurting him. Let's see, where do we want to go with this? Yeah, I think we want to get to that archer as soon as possible. So let's keep having him attack that goblin. He has a heroic brew, doesn't he? No, he has magical throwing daggers. Okay. He's going to swing his battle axe at the goblin in front of him, which is damaged already, by the way. Oh, it didn't matter. Critical hit, skilled strike. Goblin is super dead. What's Ragnar's health? Ragnar is currently sitting at 9 body points. He also has a ton of healing. There's basically no way he can die tonight with the amount of healing that he was gifted. Of course, now I've said that, it's going to be taken as a challenge. 1 in 26 says, you want the health pool on screen, do you not? Yeah, that's something I'm thinking about how to do effectively. He needs more healing gifted. Okay, so what should we do with Robert here? Because those magical throwing daggers automatically cause damage that can't be blocked. And he is... I hate to just waste all of their stuff right in the very first hallway, but... yeah, he's all right for now. I think we'll go ahead and leave that as is. Oh, it's probably on cooldown. Yeah, I bet it's on cooldown right at the moment. Because somebody just had one. I think Sarah just gifted one. But yeah, Ragnar's fine. It's Robert at the moment. Now, Robert's not like about to die or anything, but he doesn't have any healing at the moment. And he's the one being bullied tonight. Okay, Tiaga, right? Yes, Tiaga. Now she attacks better at long range, so we're going to do the typical thing of backing her up one before she fires at that skeleton. Firing a blast of energy at the skeleton, she completely misses. Good. Good. And there's nothing she can do about that. Yeah, she doesn't have any sort of like redo. Okay, so I guess that's it. Yeah. All right, monster's turn. We just have everybody that's going on here. Right. Okay. Goblin on Robert. Hits him with a 2, which he blocks. The skeleton, yeah, the skeleton should also be attacking Robert here. Skeleton hitting him with a 1, which he blocks. And the archer shooting at him with a 3. He blocks 1 and takes 2, dropping him to 8. $126 says, hear me out, dumb idea. Let's use AI for what it could be used for. Open a window, get GPT up or whatever, then put in all the stats and hire some monkey to press buttons. I brain farted. There you go. Oh, food time for Cal. Absolutely understood. There you go. All right, Ragnar. We've kind of established that Ragnar and Paya are headed down this hallway, I think. There's 3 monsters up there, but surely between Robert and Tiaga, they can take care of them. Neither one of them are weak. So Ragnar moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And do we want to step him on that trap? I know he's got disarm, but I don't think anybody... Yeah, nobody tonight is better suited for trap disarm than anybody else. So we'll go ahead and see if he can disarm this pit trap. As long as he gets a shield here, he's good. Unfortunately, he fell in the pit trap, dropping him to 8 body points. Way to go, Raggy. Must have tripped. $126 says, I got maybe 3 or 4 hours of sleep. Noon on the 13th, maybe. There you go. Yeah, classic Ragnar. Yeah, no kidding. Don't worry, guys. There's a pit. I got it. No worries. Ah! Off he goes. And Paya following right behind him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it's too bad she didn't have 1 extra. Because we can't have 2 people in the pit trap, so she totally could have just jumped right over him since he's in the trap. But she can't land on that space. Okay, so she'll then search this hallway for secret doors since she's got a second action here, and there are none in this hallway. Okie dokie. Robert. Still surrounded and still attacking. We definitely want to get to that archer as soon as possible, so let's continue attacking the monsters in front of him instead of that skeleton. So swinging his battle axe at the goblin, he hits it with a 2, which it does not block. He's knocking them out one by one, that's for sure. And then I think we'll go ahead and move him up to the archer. I mean, the archer's going to move away from him, but we'll just use that for his action for sure. And that is going to take us to Tiaga, who might as well again attack that skeleton. She doesn't need to do anything else since she's already long range from it. Sending a blast of demonic energy at the skeleton, she hits it with a 2, which it doesn't block. Yeah. See, they were well able to take care of the situation. The archer is still going to theoretically be a problem, but I do think that she can go ahead and move, because Robert can deal with a single orc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He says, foreshadowing. 126 says, do you have this music up for sale? Yes, you can find it on Apple Music and stuff like that. I'm not sure what you have for music, but it's on all of the streaming services. If you search After Winter Boundless, you will find it. The song that you're listening to right at the moment is actually from an album that I made entirely on my own. So if you search Luke Neely Reclamation, Oh, we're doing the monster stat thing. Let me type both of these in the chat so you can see them. So we got 50-50 as far as the background music. Half of the music is from that. Afterwinter is the band name. Boundless is the album title. And then the other half, including the song you're currently listening to, is you can find if you search that right there. Most of these are instrumental versions, by the way, so the real versions have vocals on them. They were all supposed to be instrumental for Midnight Quest, but some of them I forgot to mute the vocals. And now I can't ever do anything like that again because all the files are gone. Yay me. Okay, so increasing monster stats on that Orc Archer. Again, low card is going to be increase of attack, medium card is going to be defense, and high card is going to be body points. And we got a low card again, so that's an extra attack dice. So this Orc is now +2 on attack. So it is the monster's turn as well. So we're going to move this Orc back because it also attacks better at long range. And it is going to fire an arrow now with 5 attack dice. Hitting Robert with a 2. Which he doesn't block. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, we're never going to get out of this quest. Down to 6. I was so bound and determined we were going to get through this quest tonight. It's already been an hour and we're not even out of the first hallway. Ugh, okay. Yeah, technology, yeah, that's for sure. No! Dang it! I don't know why nobody else can get on board with this. I don't like it when the heroes die. I don't care if the name is stupid. Okay, what do we got? 8 of Hearts. Wasteland Orc. Wasteland Orc attacking Robert from behind. Swinging a cleaver. And hitting him with a 3. He blocks 2 and takes 1. Dropping him to 5. Okay, where are we at now? That was the hero's turn, so it is, or the monster's turn rather. This is Ragnar over here, stuck in a pit trap like a moron. And we need to get rid of that pit trap. I mean, they can jump over it while he's in it, but we do kind of want it to be gone. So I guess he'll try and disarm it again. And fall in it again. Good job, Ragnar. Down to 7. And staying in the pit trap. Now, he can climb out of it, but if he's going to disarm it, he's got to get that shield. And nobody's got a better way to do it, so I guess we're just moving on. So, Paya. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, of course, she can jump right over that pit trap because he's in it. Until we get to long pit traps, we can't have 2 heroes in a single pit trap. So as long as he's in it, the other ones are kind of safe from it. She's going to open the door, and in the yellow room, we find another door. Another door. We got a mountain goblin and a mountain orc. Mountain goblin and a mountain orc. Paya, are we searching for traps before we walk in the room? Yeah, she doesn't care. No, she's not. Yeah, sounds about right. And she had movement left, so who is she going for? She's going for that orc. Throwing a punch at the orc. She hits it with a 3. Which it doesn't block. Orc on, orc off, as it were. Oh, I see. When you said now vacant spot. Okay, Robert. 'Tis Robert. Where are we at here? Up here, Robert is, oh yeah, the archer is definitely definitely the bigger threat there. Robert swings the battle axe and hits it with a 3. Dead it is. I see. So when you said vacant spot, I thought it was because Tiaga moved, but I see what you mean. So now, yeah, he moved an attack, so that's it for him. And then, gosh, okay, so Tiaga could jump over a pit trap without it being there as long as she's in demon form anyway. So, yeah, I think we'll just keep moving her. Oops. Didn't realize the dice were still in there. Kind of a bad roll. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nothing else she can do. Oh, pff, dumb. Not even on camera. So Tiaga right behind Ragnar in the pit trap there. Also, because she is on this space, you feel powerful dread magic emanating from this room, she says. Or something tells her. So we need to get her to that room. There we go. Okay, so Robert, unfortunately, getting hit again. So, let's see. Dread Warrior, Chaos Warrior, Doomguard, Gargoyle, Ogre is where we're at here. And this time we only got 3, which would be Chaos Warrior. There it is. Okay. Monsters jumping out left and right. Chaos Warrior attacking. And hitting, okay, Robert with a 1. Which he blocks just barely. That is an unlucky dice roll. That is a lot of black shields. Okay, and that was... Yeah, it's the monster's turn anyway. Gosh, okay, I'm really... I got really used to that last quest with the central room. I didn't ever have to switch the camera back and forth, so I am forgetting that really bad. So the Chaos Warrior landed there, hit him with a 1, he blocked just barely. We also have the Orc here attacking him. Swinging a cleaver and hitting him with a 1. Which he blocks. Again, just barely. And then down on the other camera, we also have this mountain goblin attacking Paya. Swinging a dagger, hitting her with a 1, and she blocks. Yeah, now Paya has almost maxed out the combat skill set, which is why she's got so many defense dice. I'm pretty sure she's maxed on defense. And that's going to be for the rest of the game. So, again, seems a little overkill now, but keeping in mind that as the monster difficulty keeps rising, she's not getting any more defense dice. That's going to be it, unless she takes a potion or something. Okay, Ragnar. Can we get rid of this pit, man? 3 turns in a row. Ragnar attempts to disarm the pit and is finally successful. Jeez. So his second action is going to be movement. Yeah, 3rd time's the charm. That's no kidding. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and move 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll move him a tiny little bit there. And then it is Paya's turn. So we are now... swinging a fist at the goblin. My brain is totally frazzled now. Okay, that is... Let me make sure I'm right in this. Yes, indeed. Skilled strike, goblin is super dead. I kind of wish we hadn't reached level 4 difficulty yet. Just for the sake of the fact that I'm still right in the middle of that musical production. My brain is as distracted as I could possibly be. And so keeping track of the stats is wear and tear. It has been a long few weeks, my God. Okay, second action for her then is going to be searching that room for trapped secret doors or treasure. She doesn't have any sort of preference there. It's going to be treasure. She's going right for the good stuff. Paya pries a loose stone from the floor. Inside is a chest containing what appears to be hundreds of coins. Upon closer inspection, however, you discover that most of the coins are wooden. You find only 25 gold coins in the chest. It's going to put us up to 1875. Yeah, there says, what was he doing? Pocket sand? Yeah, no kidding. And Go Ahead says, I can imagine, almost over. Yes, it's this week. So we did a rehearsal tonight, a dress rehearsal tonight. There's one more dress rehearsal tomorrow night, or I guess really that's tonight now, Wednesday night. And then the performances are Thursday night, Friday night, and then 2 on Saturday. So it's almost over. But it's taken a while. Okay, Robert. Might as well get a little closer to him now that there's nobody else in this hallway. There we go. I think I'm going to continue attacking the orc. The Chaos Warrior is definitely the bigger threat, but I'd like to get rid of... If we can get rid of something that's hitting him with extra dice, I think that'll be beneficial. So he swings his battle axe at the orc. Whoa, hitting it with a critical hit of 4. Now this is a wasteland orc, which has higher defense. But it still didn't defend. So yeah, we were at least successful in knocking out one source of damage. You're going to be dragging Saturday night. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I am going to do my best not to be completely overwhelmed and feel like I need to cancel again, because that'll be the 3rd Saturday in a row. Because 2 Saturdays ago, Savannah and I switched, and then last Saturday I had to miss. But at least by that point it'll be over. So I can let that boost me up, hopefully. Rukoro's on a 10-stream streak. Nice. Nice. Way to go, man. Thank you for that. Oh, 1 and 26 headed off to bed. Totally understood. Good night to you as well. Thanks for popping in. That's neat. We don't see the highlighted messages every once in a while. That's kind of neat. Yes, okay. So, yeah, Robert can't do anything else. I mean, he could move, but what's the point, really? I mean, I guess getting a little closer to the party. The Chaos Warrior is going to chase him, but at least if he's moving in the right direction. Oh, actually, he's going to outrun it, at least for this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I know I moved him off camera just there. There he went. So the Chaos Warrior's only moved 7. It'll catch back up, though. Actually, on his next turn, he'll have to go back up to it, because we don't want to leave it on the board. This isn't a couple of quests ago, where we're just getting the constant monsters. Okay, and that takes us over to Tiaga. And there she is. We'll move the camera up there, because we're wanting to get her in that yellow room as well. 1, 2, 3, except... Whoops. She was... I guess she's also going to sleep. She's not wanting to stand. It's like, hold on, guys. I've been on 4 quests in a row. I'm getting tired. I'm going to take a quick nap. Uther says, oh, he's running. Watch him roll a 2 next time. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so nothing else she can do, so we are at the monster's turn, which means that Chaos Warrior is giving chase. I know it is not on camera right at the moment, but its shadow is. That's kind of cool. If you look over to the right of the screen, you can kind of see the Chaos Warrior's shadow. That's neat. It's not going to reach him, but it's going to get pretty close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, back to the heroes. We are now at Ragnar. Here we go. Trying to get better at remembering to move the cameras again. Ragnar should... There's really no reason he shouldn't get into that room. 3. Wow. Okay, well, is he going to search for traps before he walks in there? Is that... Yeah, okay. Gives him a little bit better of an excuse to not roll very much. No traps in that room. Paya, already in there. Is she doing secret doors or... Leaving, excuse me, she's leaving. Is it the upper door or the lower door? She's going in the lower door. 1, 2, 3. Boy, the movement rolls are not doing good here. Opening the door into the green room, she finds a table. And we are in the proper tower here, so I think we'll put a carpet here instead of a dirt floor. Theoretically, this area was at one point kind of nice. There's a table here right in the center. There is also 2 wasteland orcs in this room. So we don't have these guys painted yet, so we'll just remember both of these guys have lower movement and higher defense. Throw a rock, not a table. A table, the horror. Yes. Look how tiny that table is. That's ridiculous. What could you fit on that? Let's see. She's got another movement here, or she could shoot. Is she searching for traps here? Yes, she is. She's going to stop right there and see if there's any traps in this room. There are not. Okay, Robert. It's a table for ants. Yeah. Okay, now again, we want to make sure that the Chaos Warrior is killed. So, despite the fact that Robert sort of ran away, 1, 2, 3, 4, he's going to run back up here and attack, and he won't be able to move away again this time. He barely made it there. Swinging his battle axe, he hits the Chaos Warrior with a 2. Chaos Warrior blocks one and takes the other. That's right, it was not damaged yet, so that's the first damage it's taken. And that takes us over to Tiaga. Also headed towards that yellow room there. Oh, dice. Get with it. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what she's going to do. Is it secret doors or is she leaving? She is going to stop right there and search for secret doors in this room. There are none. Kind of nice to actually like have a bunch of different rooms this time so we can actually do all the search stuff. Uther says, that looks like a bench given this upscaling of the board. Yeah, it does. You're right. They make bigger furniture specifically for this board, but I've thought about it, but it's a lot of money, and I've got all this actual Hero Quest furniture. I hate to not use it, but it does look a little ridiculous on the upscaled board. Yeah. So a quest that's all undead and in one room again. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. I don't mind a quest that's all undead, but a whole book full of only undead did get a little monotonous. Yeah. Okay, since we're already pointing over here, monster's turn. The Wasteland Orc is going to come over here and attack Paya, swinging its cleaver. Oop, we need 1 extra dice there. Hitting her with a 1. And it hits her. I was literally about to say, come on, you can't hit Paya with a 1. I was mistaken. She's down to 10. Now, we'd never get that for an attack if we were rolling 6 dice. And, of course, the Chaos Warrior as well. So we got the Chaos Warrior up here, swinging its axe at Robert. Hitting him with a 1. Which he doesn't defend. All shields for attack, all skulls for defense. Oh, SOA book in one room full of undead. Yeah, exactly. It can be a Groundhog Day thing, yeah. Uther says, how about a quest where you have to make it out the door, but every Zargon turn, all the empty spots get filled with monsters? Yeah. You would have to, that would literally be like not a chip damage thing, but you'd have to hope you kill a monster on a single turn, and then use your second action to move into its space, so that at least every turn you're moving like 1 space closer to the door, but you're getting hit on 4 sides every turn. That would be wild. Okay, back to the heroes here. We are at Ragnar. And he is definitely going somewhere, because that yellow room's all searched out. So is he going out that upper door, or is he going to help Paya? He's going to go help Paya. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that actually make sense? Hold on, let me back up, and I'm going to put him back here. Because we have a weird thing in this quest. We have 2 heroes who we really want to be close range, and that would be Robert and Paya. But Robert can't shoot. Paya can, but it's not very good. We want Ragnar close range too, but at least his long range isn't terrible. We want Tiaga to be long range. Okay, yeah, I don't. In my mind, I thought we had like 2 that should be close and 2 that should be far or long, but no, really, it doesn't matter that much. Okay, so we'll just get Ragnar up here to help. He loads up an arrow in his crossbow and fires at the orc, hitting it with a 2. I'm throwing the dice. Looks like the orc did not defend. Let me see if I can grab that dice real quick, just so that I don't totally forget that it exists and then essentially lose it. There it is. Okay. Dead orc. All right, that was Ragnar, so that takes us to Paya. She already knows there's no traps in there, so it's not a big deal to move into that room, which I think we will indeed have her do. She throws a punch at the other Wasteland Orc, hitting it with a 3, which it doesn't block. Up at Robert, still fighting the Chaos Warrior. He swings his battle axe, hitting that Chaos Warrior with a 2. It blocks 1 again, taking another point of damage. And then I think we'll just go ahead and I want to keep him. I don't want him to get too far away from the other heroes. So we're going to go ahead and see what we can get him to move. Yeah, so the Chaos Warrior is still going to catch up to him, rolling a 7, but at least he's going to get a little bit closer to the rest of everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Gohan says we need Justin as a guest rolling for Robert. I don't know, my rolls have also not been fantastic. I mean, every once in a while. But we're doing a whole lot of like a bunch of shields for attack and a bunch of skulls for defense. Given Robert's defense, he shouldn't be as low as he is, even with all the monsters he's had attacking him. Kind of wild. Right. Tiaga. Right. I knew we weren't quite done yet. So Tiaga in the room. There's nothing going on here. Unless there's a secret door down in the green room, there's really no reason for her to also go down there. So let's open up that door heading north. 1. Opening the door out into the hallway, she sees the wall we already knew about, another wall, and 2 additional doors. 1 here, and 1 here. Is she gonna stop and search the hallway for traps? She does prefer doing that, but in this case she chose not to. Out of magic points, otherwise I would have blocked him with a wandering monster. How many bits to summon 2 ogres? Nah. Geez, that would be wild though. Okay, monster's turn now, right? No, Tiaga's not finished with her movement. She just chose not to search for traps. Okay. Let's see. She only moved 1, didn't she? So 2, 3, 4, 5, and then which door is she opening? She's going for the upper door. Oh yeah, that makes sense because we want her up in this room because of that message that she got. She moved 5. In this room, boy, this room's actually a little bit crowded. We've got a fireplace, an alchemy bench, a throne. This is the most furniture we've had in a single room just about, especially one of the smaller ones, and 2 mummies. Yeah, I would say in retrospect, not the most furniture we've had in a room, but the most furniture we've had in one of the small rooms. Is she stopping here to search for traps? Yes, she is. And there are no traps in the room. Furniture isn't painted, I know. She's getting there. And we've got a first-time chat, the God of Creation 2. Hi, hello, indeed. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Glad you threw something in the chat. All right, thank you very much for the follow. Very, very much appreciated. If you have any questions about anything, don't be afraid to throw some stuff. Call me Creation. Got it. Got it. Are you familiar at all with the board game Hero Quest? That's what we're playing here. It's a D&D kind of esque board game thing. No, not familiar. Gotcha. So this was a board game originally released by Milton Bradley in the late 80s, so it's been around for a while. Recently got revived and remade by Avalon Hill back in like 2021 or something like that. Only play the original. Gotcha. Oh, and Rukoro's headed back to work. Understood. Understood. Hope the shift isn't too terrible. Yes, so we're using pieces from everything. So we've got the original stuff from the original Milton Bradley version. We've got stuff from the newer Avalon Hill version. We're also playing the game on a big 3D board, the Dragon's Rest 3D board, painted by my wife, with minis also painted by my wife. Obviously, they're not all painted, as you there was just mentioning, but we're getting there. You'll also find her painting on this channel every once in a while. 2 times a week. Two nights out of the 5 nights of the week, she's here painting. But yeah, by all means, if you have any other observations, suggestions, or questions, don't be afraid to throw them in there. We're all friendly, for the most part. Luckily, none of us are physically there with you, because I can't guarantee that nobody in the chat wouldn't bite, but none of us are physically there with you, so it's all right. All right, so Tiaga determined there was no traps in that room, and it is now the monster's turn. So we've got those 2 mummies. We've got the Chaos Warrior chasing Robert down the hallway. We're already pointed at the mummies. Let's take care of that first. So we're going to have a mummy here. 1, 2, attacking Tiaga the Warlock. Swinging a fist. Ouch, and hitting her with a critical hit of 4. Well, we already know she's not going to avoid all that damage. Yeah, she didn't defend a single one. So here's what we're going to do with this. You there says, I only bite people I like. Oh, that's good. That's a fair point. Tiaga is going to cast the Dark Wing spell. Cast the spell on an enemy's turn after you've suffered damage. Reduce that damage to 0 and move instantly to any unoccupied square that you can see. So she is going to avoid taking those 4 hits that she just did. And we're just gonna warp her right over here. So she knew there were no traps in that room, so she can go in there pretty safely. So she's gonna be okay. Okay, and then moving up here, we've got this Chaos Warrior chasing Robert down the hallway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Making it right up there to him. Let me poke the camera over there a little bit closer. Chaos Warrior swings an axe at Robert, hitting him with, what is that? Come on now. A 2. He blocks 1, but not the other. Dropping him to 3. The dice aren't liking the walls of the dice tower tonight, as with the movement dice and the attack dice both keep getting stuck up on the walls. That doesn't happen very often with this dice tower, but tonight it's one of those nights, I guess. All right, we are now at Sir Ragnar. Now again, unless there's a secret door in the green room, there's not really any reason for him to be down there helping Paya. So let's go ahead and have him leave this room. And then it won't be too hard to send him back down there to help the monk if he needs to. 1, 2, is he... No, we don't need to be worried about traps here. 3, 4, 5, 6, because Tiaga already stepped on all of the hallway squares there. So there was no need to worry about searching for traps. That gives him enough to get up here and attack this mummy. Swinging his battle axe. He hits the mummy with a 3. And the mummy doesn't defend a single thing. That's actually a dead mummy, kind of surprisingly. Okay, back down here to the monk. We've got either secret doors or treasure she needs to search in this room. She can do both on this turn, but we got to determine which one she's going to do first. She's doing secret doors first. No secret doors in this room. And then her second action is going to be treasure. Draw a card here and see what she finds. Awkwardly wedged between two stones in the wall is an old beaten pouch. Inside are 15 coins. Very nice. It's going to put us up to 1890. And that is going to be it for her turn. That was both actions. So Robert, going to kind of keep doing the same thing up here. Hit and run until he's back up there with the party. So he's not like, you know, still at the beginning of the quest when they're halfway through it. Swinging his battle axe, he hits the Chaos Warrior with a 2. Chaos Warrior, as per usual now, defends one but not the other, taking another point of damage. So if he manages to do that on the next turn, he will get rid of it. That's been consistent like every turn since he started hitting it. Hits it with a 2, it blocks 1. And then we will move him further down. Are we going to move him off camera? Yeah, we are. Ouch. Let me go ahead and switch the camera angles in anticipation here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He moves. Okay, Tiaga. Yeah, we're theoretically done with this camera for the time being. Everybody's going to be on this one camera. Tiaga is already in a good position to go ahead and attack the other mummy in that room. She does attack better at long range, so we'll just leave her right where she is, sending a blast of demonic energy at the mummy. She hits it with a 1. And it doesn't defend. Definitely not destroyed, though. Okay, she can also search that room. She's already searched it for traps, so she'll go ahead and search it for secret doors. The only other thing she can do while there is a monster in there. And indeed, there is a secret door in this room, and it is actually right behind that mummy. Now, we're seeing a little bit of the downside of the 3D board here, which is that we've kind of inadvertently opened up some extra walls there. So we'll go ahead and replace these with straight walls, so that it's a little bit more clear that that door leads into the green room from this orangish room. In the new room that she just opened is another door, leading upwards, as well as an altar. Go ahead and put a carpet down there. Ooh, and this is the other altar. I never remember if this altar is from Rise of the Dread Moon or Mage of the Mirror. I know it's might be Rise of the Dread Moon. If any of you guys know in there, you can throw that in there. If Bohemius is still in here, I bet he knows. You there probably also knows. It's from one of those. Either way, whoever at Avalon Hill determined that we could have alternate sculpts of all the furniture in the expansion packs was a freaking genius, and they should get a raise. Gohan, it was me. Yeah, yeah. So you're writing the books in there. You're also the one telling them we need alternate sculpts of the furniture. You're doing the Lord's work at Avalon Hill there, Gohan. or in the Hero Quest universe, it's Mentor's work, I guess, right? I mean, not that Mentor is supposed to be a god character, but you're doing Mentor's work at Avalon Hill, man. Okay, moving on here. It is the monster's turn. Right. Zargon's work, theoretically. Yeah, he is the one that's kind of trying to become the all-powerful, absolutely. Yes. I was like, listen, people. Customization, yes. Oh, people like customization. I gotcha, yes. So we got the mummy here that is going to move, and then it can either hit Tiaga or Ragnar. Let's draw a card here and see. It is going for Ragnar. The mummy swings a fist at the knight, hitting him with a 2. Ragnar only blocks one of those, taking 1 point of damage and dropping him to 6. We also have the Chaos Warrior chasing Robert. I don't think it's going to catch him on this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, not quite. And that is going to take us back to Ragnar, who is attacking that mummy right there in the doorway of the room. Swinging his battle axe, he hits that mummy with a 3. That's a pretty good hit twice in a row, hitting a mummy with exactly the correct number to kill it as long as it doesn't defend. This mummy, just like the last one, does not defend. With Ragnar's second action, he can totally move. He can't do any searching, though. Oh, that mummy was already damaged, too. I didn't remember that. Either way, he killed it. What benefit will there be to moving, I suppose? Let's go ahead and we'll at least take him into this room. 1, 2, is he going to stop here for searching traps? No. 3, 4, 5, is he going to stop here for searching this room for something? Also no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so he's just immediately opening this door into this room all the way at the top of the map. And what we have in this room is a torture rack. Now, we're not going to put a torture rack on a carpet, so we'll put this one on a dirt floor. Torture rack there. We've got fancy, sophisticated torture racks here. Okay, all the good stuff is done here, and don't you dare get a blood stain on my carpet. A zombie and a mummy in this room as well. So we've got the Mythic Tier exclusive zombie up here in the corner, and there's the mummy drawer. Regular old Avalon Hill mummy, a little bit closer. Bohemian says Rise of the Dread Moon because was also a mech involved, and the guy who proposed the extra furniture was fired 2 years ago by Hasbro. Oh, what? Somebody hire that guy. That guy's got the good ideas. Oh man. Sorry to hear you lost your job, Gohan. Gohan says you gave them alternate heroes, so what if, and hear me out, alternate chairs and tables. Yes. Perfect. Ragnar does technically still have movement left. Is he stopping here to search for traps? Yes, he is. Now, he doesn't have the action to actually search, but he is going to stop there. I was going to force him to either way. There's no reason for him to get hit by both of those mummies when he can't attack first. Okay, that takes us down to Paya, who is now finished in this green room, so she can totally leave. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unfortunately, she's still getting bad movement rolls, so she's not really helping herself too much there. Robert. Or Robert. Is that better? Does that make it better? Can we start calling him Robert? That feels, it feels worse a little bit. I don't know. I'm not sure why, but it feels a little worse. Moving up to the Chaos Warrior. Hopefully he can finish it off. Swinging his battle axe. He hits it with a 2. And it does not defend either. And that was movement and attack. Yeah, so he's done for this turn. You there says it's too late. See, well, it wouldn't stop him from being in our name. I'm 100% keeping that in mind, by the way, when we close the poll for the new monk hero that we're getting in Quest 7, and then we need to immediately open a new poll to name that hero. Did I say monk? Druid. The new druid hero. There's not going to be any names that start with R. Of course, then you guys will just pick a different letter, so I suppose it doesn't matter. Okay, Tiaga. What do we got going on in the old room there? Now, we don't need to force a treasure search here because she definitely won't be the last person to pass through this room. So we'll draw it. Does she search for treasure, or is she moving? She's just moving. So one of them will have to search for treasure before we're totally done in that room. 1, 2, and 3, and she's moved 1 square into the new room. Now I think something special happens the moment she walks in here, right? Yes, when the bearer of the Talisman of Lore enters this room, read the following. You hear a familiar voice speak to you. Tread carefully, I will help you. You feel a wave of warmth wash over you. You gain 1 mind point. You can now use the dread spell, Lightning Bolt. Interesting. So once per quest, Tiaga has now gained the ability to use the dread spell, Lightning Bolt. She's also gotten an extra mind point, which is booping her up to 9 total right at the moment. She's going to have a bad time with the idiot roll. Oof. Maybe one day we'll pick a different letter, but that day is only when they are all dead. Okie dokie. So that is Tiaga's turn. Now that didn't actually count as an action, that thing that just happened to her as a result of her entering the room. So let's go ahead and see what she's going to do now she's in here. It can be any of these traps, secret doors, or treasure. And she doesn't have a search preference, so it's just going to be whatever. We've got secret doors she's searching here, and there are no secret doors in this room. Okay, it is the monster's turn, and now the only monsters we have on the board are the zombie and the mummy up here in this room. Let's see which one's going to move. It's going to be the zombie. The zombie attacks Ragnar, swinging its daggers and hitting him with a 2. Which, believe it or not, he doesn't defend either of. And I think with that, dropping him to 4, we're going to go ahead and use up the potion of healing gift he got earlier. So I want to make sure that we're using that. Bop him back up there. I think that was Justin. Justin gave him a potion of healing and a potion of restoration. To make sure we get those both used up. Finding a secret door in that room would be weird. Yes, yeah, absolutely. That's something I've gone back and forth about as far as like it's the optimization versus what a player might really do argument. Because yeah, you're right. Like, where would it go? Back into the room we've already been in, an additional way into this room which we don't need at all, or back out into this hallway? It would be dumb. So like, should we remove the option to search for secret doors in rooms like that? Yeah, there's an argument to be made for it. Bohemia says unlimited power. Yes, but also I don't know. You there says you're playing them as heroes, not as players. Yeah, that's fair. Because I've definitely seen players do that, search stuff like that, either for completion's sake or just because they're not thinking about it that way. Well, that is kind of the point of the randomization too, in an effort to make them react the way a player really would. Okay, right back to Raggy there in the green room there, attacking that zombie now. Ragnar swings his battle axe at the zombie and hits it with a critical hit of 4. Which it blocks 1, but it's still definitely dead. That was a lot of hits right there. So with his other action, he's actually got several things that he could do. So he could search for traps or treasure in the room he's standing in. He could also search for traps or secret doors in the torture rack room. He could also move into that room and right up to the mummy. So there are actually 5 options. Traps in the room he's standing in. Although, you know what? I'm going to take that option off because if... Yeah, they've stepped on every relevant square. Ragnar has stepped on every square in that room that they need to, and he knows they're not trapped. So, treasure in the room he's standing in, traps in the torture rack room, secret doors in the torture rack room, ignore all searching and move up to the mummy are the 4 options. And we got clubs there, which was secret doors in the torture rack room, I believe. And there are none. The heroes aren't paying attention to the layout. Yeah, the heroes have no idea, probably, what the layout is. That would take a pretty, I mean, I guess it's not impossible, but an insane mind to be sort of like mapping as they're walking in their mind. Okay, that takes us to Paya the monk, who is down here in the yellow room, headed up towards them. I would say they've pretty clearly got that area handled. They know there's nothing else up there because of all the secret door searches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I was going to have her open this door, but she didn't quite make it. Robert, finally free to attempt to join the rest of the party. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Makes it about to the middle of the yellow room. And that is going to take us to Tiaga. So she could search for treasure in the room they're standing in, or she could go up and help attack that mummy up there. Those are her 2 options. She's going to do treasure in that room with the altar. Let's see what she finds. After following a particularly disgusting scent to a shallow hole in the back of the room, you catch a shiny glint of something buried in what is probably just dirt. It's a gem worth 25 gold coins. Oh, let's see. What's that going to give us here? That's going to put us up to 1915. Yeah. 1915. There we go. Definitely one of the treasure cards I wrote very late at night when I was getting slap happy. Savannah says, butt Jim. Oh, that's awful. Oh, that's awful. Now I don't want it. We don't need that thing in here. All right, let's see. I think also it's safe to say Ragnar can handle that mummy. He literally killed the two that were in this room. So she's got another movement, or another action rather. Let's just get her moving. 1, 2, 3. I don't think she needs to go up there and help with that mummy. So we'll let her be the one to open the door into this blue room. Okie dokie, in this room, I don't know why I'm saying so much. My brain is broke. We got another door. We've also got a bookshelf. And 2 zombies. We've run into like a little pocket of undead here. Zombie and zombie. Now, unfortunately, Tiaga does not have an action to attack either one of those guys. It would be silly for her to walk in there. Actually, kind of her best option might be to move out of the doorway so that there's at least a chance that the zombie that walks out attacks Paya instead of her, so that she might not use demon form. She doesn't have the action to search this room for traps either, so yeah, strategically speaking, that's definitely the best option. Open the door, move out of the way, hope that the zombie doesn't attack her when it comes out. And that is going to be it for the hero's turn. So monster's turn, it's definitely going to be one of these zombies here. We're actually going to take the far one in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And which hero is it aiming for? Indeed, it isn't aiming for Paya based on the random card draw there. Did I say mummy? I don't know. Zombie swings its cleaver at Paya, hitting it with a 1. As I mentioned, my brain is broke. And Paya blocks, but just barely. Only 1 white shield out of all those defense dice. We also have a mummy up here attacking Ragnar. 1, 2, 3, 4, with just enough movement to get to him. The mummy throws a fist at the knight, hitting him with a 3. He blocks 1 and takes 2, dropping him to 6. All right. Yep, that is all of the monsters that can do anything. I mean, the other zombie could head towards Ragnar, this zombie here, but it wouldn't reach him, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's surprisingly close, but it wouldn't actually get up there. I think it's better served to stay right where it is for the moment. And it is indeed Ragnar's turn, so let's have him retaliate against that mummy's attack. Swinging his battle axe, he hits the mummy with a 2. It blocks 1 and takes the other, so definitely not destroyed. And he can also do a trap search up into the torture rack room there, and there are no traps up there. At least he knows now. Paya finds herself retaliating against a zombie that just hit her, throwing a punch. She hits that zombie with a 3, which it does not block. With her other action, we might as well move her. Is she worried about traps in that room? Yes, she is. Now, she doesn't have the action to search, but we are going to stop her right there. And if nobody's done it yet on her next turn, we'll have her do that as the first thing. Robert, yeah, he's on camera already, is moving 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I'm going to say he doesn't care about traps because, again, he can't shoot. So the only way he can contribute to battle is just by waltzing right in there. Swinging his battle axe, he hits the zombie with a 3. And that zombie, who clearly wasn't expecting this guy to round the corner out of nowhere, does not defend a single thing. I see, I see. I have closed the drawer before it was drawer closing time. There we go. And that takes us to Tiaga. Yeah, okay, so Tiaga can totally just walk in there now, and then we'll see if she's going to search anything once she's in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll just kind of stop her right there because this room hasn't been searched for anything yet. Traps, secret doors, or treasure, or just continue moving. Okay, she's continuing to move. She doesn't care about searches at all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Opening the door into the next room. She finds another door. Another door. A cupboard. A chest. And a small slew of monsters here. Let's see, we've got a wasteland abomination. And I'm going to make this the Spirit Queen's Torment alternate sculpt just so that I remember that this is kind of an odd abomination. We've also got a Wasteland Femur. Here. As well as a Deep Femur. There we go. Just like that. So not exactly the best room to open there. And yeah, again, it would be stupid of her to walk in there. She does have an action though, so is she gonna search it for treasure? Yes, she is. So she's searching this room for treasure, even though she just walked through a different room that she didn't search. And there are no traps in there, so even the chest not trapped in that room. And that's gonna take us to the monster's turn. We're already pointing at this, so let's just see which one of these monsters is coming up to her. It is going to be the Wasteland Abomination, so that makes sense. Let me review stats on these guys real quick. I never remember the Abomination stats. 3 attack, 4 defense, 1 body point. So of course, because of the difficulty chart, we're at +1 attack, +1 body point. So 4 attack, 4 defense, 2 body points. 4, 4, 2. The Abomination swings claws at Tiaga, hitting her with a 2. She blocks 1, but not the other. She had been doing pretty good holding on to that demon form spell this quest. Much better than she did last time, but unfortunately it has broken for now. We also have the mummy attacking Ragnar, swinging a fist and hitting him with a 1, which he doesn't block. I keep seeing these like lower rolls and thinking, okay, well that's gonna be fine, and then they don't block. Wild. Okay, and luckily we're already pointing at Ragnar, so we can just totally have him swing. Hitting the mummy with a 1, that's not gonna do it, man. Which it blocks, yeah. Okay, what other sort of things can we have him do? There are no other searches he can do. The Heroic Brew would have been good, but there's really not any reason for him to drink that now. That would kind of be cheaty. The Rallying Call would give him extra defense, but it's a little bit wasted. Concentrated Attack might not be a bad idea on the next turn. Okay. And a mummy's not really that big of a deal attack-wise, but he's got a Potion of Defense too that I'm so bad at using up potions of defense. Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna have him drink that Potion of Defense, which means he is gonna get 2 extra defense dice only for the next time that he defends. Really, just because I'm trying to use up the potions. There's probably a better option for that, but he is getting a little bit beat up by this guy he can't seem to get rid of. Alright, and that's gonna take us down to Paya the Monk. Now, she stopped there for the express purpose of searching for traps, but unless there's a secret door, Tiaga's already stepped on every relevant square. But they don't know if there is or is not a secret door, so I guess we'll go ahead and do it. She's going to go ahead and search for traps since that's what she stopped there for. There are no traps in the blue room. For her second action, is she searching for secret doors, or is she walking in there? She's doing the secret door search too. Also, no secret doors in there. Robert. Well, we might as well have Robert do the treasure search because he can't help with the abomination being that he doesn't have long range. So let's see what he finds. He found a pitfall. The stone beneath his feet gives way and he falls into a shallow pit, losing 1 body point. Yes, indeed. That sucks a little bit. All right, and yeah, I guess we'll move him just for the sake of him doing something. But like I mentioned, he can't do anything to help with that abomination unless Tiago moves out of the way. Yeah. Okay, I'm sort of formulating a strategy here in my mind. Tiago can't pass anything to him because she is adjacent to a monster. Okay. All right. Here's what we're going to do. It is Tiaga's turn, and she is in a weird situation where she could move and attack, but we've actually got a couple of better things that we can do. So we are going to move her. So action number 1, movement. Just 1 to get out of the way. Action number 2, she is going to cast Reign of Restoration on Robert. So this is a 5 body point healing spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which pops him back up to 7. She is also going to use her Rod of Telekinesis, so using an item, not an action. This allows her to essentially cast Tempest on a monster once per quest. It's not literally that, but that's the effect of it. So she is going to freeze the Wasteland Abomination for 1 turn, and that's going to be the only time she can use that this quest. Yeah! Savannah says, isn't he tall enough to only twist an ankle falling in a shallow pit? Yeah, probably. And first time chat from Joseph. Pray for 20, Tiago. Yes! Yeah, 100%. Thanks for the first time chat. Hope you enjoy what you're seeing and what you're hearing. Hope you're doing good. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions about anything you're seeing, don't be afraid to throw that in the chat. And also, you spelled Tiaga's name right, which is awesome. So most people understandably throw TH at the beginning of it. That seems to be how you see Tiago or Tiago spelled. Joseph says, only in a battle situation. Yes. Yes, indeed. Or stuff. True, true. Just in case you're unfamiliar, we are playing the board game Hero Quest, which is Dungeons & Dragons-esque, fairly obviously. Definitely fantasy stuff. Some good stuff. We got some homebrew stuff going on for sure, too. Homebrewed to a high degree, for sure. Meaning a lot. There's a lot of it. Okay, that is the end of the hero's turn. It is the monster's turn. Joseph says, is it for chat to play along too, or only Discord? Right at the moment, it's just me playing. Yes, so you there is correct in saying chat, so we have a channel point system that allows chat to affect what's happening in the quest. We're trying to kill Ragnar and Robert. Yeah, yeah. True. No. So that's where we're at now. So mostly, yeah. Joseph says, "Oh, okay, I'm new." Yeah, no, by all means. Please help. Yeah. Can't join till new story. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, it's all good. By all means. And we do have a pinned comment for the Discord too. If you want to join in the Discord, we always have, topics, conversations about the world building and all sorts of stuff. We've got self-interest stuff. You can post what you're doing. So if you also play D&D related stuff and you've got interesting storylines, throw them in there to let us know what you're doing. Post pictures. If you paint any miniatures, you can post pictures of that stuff. Lots of good stuff happening in there for sure. Okay, I was doing good there for distraction. My brain is so easily distracted. Monster's turn. So, of course, the Wasteland Abomination is frozen for this turn. It cannot move. One of these monsters can theoretically get up in there. Oh, nice! Thanks for the join. definitely throw some stuff in there. That'd be awesome. Always interested in what other people have got going on. Let me check out movement stats on these Femmers here real fast. Because even though the Wasteland Abomination's frozen, we still might be able to get one of those Femmers up there. Wasteland Femmer can only move 4. So he's not going to get up there. Black Femmers are also slow, I think. Or Deep Femmer. Said the wrong name there. Yeah, oh yeah, so both of them slow. Definitely not getting up there. We'll let them swarm, though. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So those two get lucky this time. But we do have a mummy attacking Ragnar. No problem. Yes! Much appreciated, man. Okay, mummy throwing a fist at Ragnar. Hitting him with a 2. Now he drank that potion of defense, so he gets a little bit of extra help defense-wise just for this one turn. And he blocked both. Just barely, though. I mean, exactly the number of shields he needed to block that, and not a single extra bit. What those 2 heroes that just moved 2 to 4 spaces? Okay, yes. So I'll go ahead and point out everything that's on here. So some of this is painted, some of this is not. So first off, this channel does serve a dual purpose. We stream every single night of the week at midnight Eastern time. On Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Friday nights, and Saturday nights, we're doing this that you've caught now, playing the quests. Oh, thanks for the follow. Awesome, very much appreciated, man. On Sunday nights and Wednesday nights, you'll find my wife here painting these miniatures. She also, so anything you see that's painted is her painting, as long as it's done well. So I do have some stuff. I do have some stuff that I made an attempt at painting when I was like 11 or 12. And then on Thursday nights, we have lore/world building streams. Anyway, what we've got right now, we've got a mummy right here. Hard to see because it's one of the ones that's not painted. This is one of our heroes. This is the Knight Sir Ragnar, which you there is here mentioned. This is one that a lot of the chat hates, particularly you there. We have a monk hero named Paya right here. A warlock hero named Tiaga right here, which is the one that you were looking at right at first. She has a demon form spell that transforms her into this thing sometimes. However, she just lost that. We've also got a berserker hero named Robert Tylan right here. And then the ones that you just asked about that moved are monsters. So we've got this Wasteland Abomination monster, and then these back guys here are Femmers or Femir, if you're familiar with Warhammer. I've discovered recently I say that wrong, but I can't make myself say it right, because I just prefer Femmer over Femir. One is a Wasteland Femmer, and the other one is a Deep Femmer. So same kind of monster, slightly different stats. Oh, perfectly in time for an ad, that figures. I'm glad I got the explanation out. All right, so we are back to the hero's turn, so it's back to Ragnar.
Do you think you could take a small break to reveal this, so that way I can start prepping whatever's in this bag?
Oh, okay.
Because I don't want to do it at the beginning of the stream.
Yes, yeah, Joseph says, so those monsters are that monster's supports. 100%, yes. I hope I haven't answered your question while you're watching an ad. It's entirely possible.
There's a menu in here.
Does it feel like a Femmer?
I don't know. Possibly.
All right, let me finish a turn here real fast, especially so that they're not on an ad when we're doing that. Ragnar swings the battle axe at Mummy, hitting it with a 3, finally getting a good hit on the thing. And it doesn't defend. Boy, that would have one-shot it. Why couldn't he have done that in the first place? Get out of there, mummies. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and move Ragnar in there. He doesn't have the action to search for treasure yet, but he can on the next turn. Paya. What do we need her to do? Honestly, we need her to get... if she gets up close range, then Robert can't do anything. That's annoying. So I guess she's going to have to be like kind of bad attacking supports. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she has long range, it's just bad. We could put her here, but then Robert can't do anything. So yeah, I think this is... Although she defends so much better than he does. It's just how long can we stand him just being useless in more than just name. Joseph says, back from ads, by the way. Also, Tiaga needed strategy first. Just saying, yes. Yes, agreed. And anytime, by the way, if you have any other questions about stuff, don't worry about bothering. But I am very happy to answer any questions. Okay, so Tiaga is going to shoot here. Now, Tiaga, being a monk, she has energy bolts. They're not very strong. She's better close range, but our Berserker doesn't have long range at all, so he might as well be the one that's close range. So we're going to go ahead and let her shoot at that Wasteland Abomination, hitting it with a critical hit of 2. Wasteland Abomination stats have already left my brain. Right, 442, 442, 442. She hit it with a 2. And it blocked both. There you go. We're all nerds here. Ask all the questions. Exactly, you there. Totally agree. Okay, now it's Robert's turn. So we'll move him up here and let him get a better attack in here. Swinging his battle axe at the Wasteland Abomination. He also hits it with a 2. This time it doesn't defend a single thing, so it is dead. And that is going to take us to Tiaga again. What kind of tricks does she have up her sleeve right now? She's got a fear spell, but honestly that's a little bit wasted on either of those femur. She's got potions of healing, but she's not down enough on health for that. She attacks better at long range than close range, so it doesn't make sense for her to walk in there, really. Nice shot, yeah, yes. Let's see what her line of sight here is. I imagine she can see the deep femur. Yeah, not the wasteland femur, though. That wall is definitely in the way. Okay, well, the deep femur is the bigger threat anyway. So, Tiaga is going to shoot a blast of energy from her redwood wand at the deep femur. Hitting it with a 2. Let me review stats on that guy too, because my brain is like goldfish brain. They're in alphabetical order, moron. You should be able to find this. There it is. Okay, 5 attack, 3 defense, 3 body points. What did I just say? I already don't know. 5 attack, 3 defense, 3 body points. Yeah, okay. So she hit it with a 2, and it didn't defend either one. Okay. So not dead, but damaged. Yeah, and as I mentioned, her spells are, she's only got 1 spell left, Fear, not counting the Lightning Bolt, which would be kind of an ineffective use of that, and Fear is a little bit overkill on these particular monsters, so let's go ahead and leave her there. No other searching can be done, so we'll call that finished. Monster's turn. One of these monsters needs to come up and attack, and normally I would draw this randomly, but since the Deep Femur got damaged, let's go ahead and get him up here and let him get a hit off before they kill him. Deep Femur swings its axe at Robert, hitting him with a 1. Ah, jeez. Well, clearly he was hurt. And Robert does defend, but just barely. Monsters be like after taking hits, that's nothing. Yes, exactly. Okay, quick interlude. So when Savannah, my wife, does painting streams, she also has a sort of randomization thing in how she determines what she paints next. She's got these dice bags that she crocheted that are different colors. By the way, Joseph, since you're in our Discord, you can take part in this stuff now too. We have in the voting channel, we pretty often have stuff that you can vote on to affect what's going on. Her dice bags, which one she opens next, is a vote that just closed, right? That poll just closed. Yeah. And the pink bag won. So go ahead, Gohan, woohoo! Although Gohan voted for blue this time.
He said it was rigged in the discussion.
Of course he did, yeah.
Or it was biased or something.
He voted for pink every time and it didn't win, and the one time he didn't.
He wanted to save the best for last.
Yes, that's fair. Okay, so she wants to go ahead and reveal what was in the pink bag so that she can start priming and dry brushing that while we're playing the rest of this quest. So let's, we'll take the board camera up here just a little bit.
All right. See what it is. Wasteland Femur.
All right. We got one of those on the board right now, so that's what you're going to be painting next.
The Wasteland Femurs. I knew it. I knew there was going to be a Femur in one of these.
That's how we ended up missing one, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so are you
How
gonna
many
just do
is your
6 of
brothers?
them?
Yeah, how many is there?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
When did you come out?
Let's, ouch. I can also count pretty easily. 1, 2,
Six
3,
is fine though, unless there's like 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
There's
10.
12, so
Yeah, yeah.
six is fine.
Okay, so you're just painting half of them for the time being. Okay, do you?
Yep. I got 1. I just need 5 more.
Okay.
Paint it pink.
Do you want old Red Tail?
Yeah, that's fine.
You gonna keep the red tail on that guy?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, I mean you don't have to. You don't have to. Yeah, I was gonna say you don't have to literally keep the garbage paint job that I did, but I do feel like he has to have a red tail.
You should show Joseph your painted femur there.
You there says paint it pink. Okay, to illustrate an earlier point about I've had this HeroQuest stuff, or at least the original Milton Bradley stuff from the early 90s, late 80s, since I was really little. So when I was 11 or 12, I made some kind of pathetic attempts at painting some of these minis, and this femur here is one of those. So as you can see, messy, incomplete. I tried to improvise a helmet. But this particular mini has become kind of a small celebrity on the channel because of his red tail. I don't know what possessed me to paint his tail red, but we have elected. She's gonna totally cover this and start him from scratch, thankfully. But we're gonna keep the red tail.
Do you want it that bright?
Yeah, might as well. We won't miss him then.
Yeah.
That's for sure. He's gonna have to be some sort of boss. He's got to have special stats when he pops up. Old red tail. And that was from my OG HeroQuest set back.
Now, is he the only one I'm putting a red tail on?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to keep track of
Back when I
this.
only had one base set HeroQuest, that was one of the femurs in that.
I'll put him on the fancy dark brown.
There you go.
blue.
Years and years and years ago when I only had the one. And how many do you have now? Well, let's
A
just
lot.
say that I have HeroQuest instead of money.
Give the rest pink tails.
There you go. So one of those 4 base sets there that's behind all of her painting stuff there was the original. I couldn't tell you which one it was anymore. Long time ago. There says give the rest pink tails. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and yeah, we intentionally waited till the beginning of, or the end of a turn, so we know we can start here at the beginning with Ragnar. So we need to get him treasure searching in that top room. See what he finds up there. Looks like no special treasure, so it's just a draw out of the deck. We must have not been getting coins recently. All the coin cards seem to have migrated near the bottom. Ragnar finds a small pile of completely unhidden coins. Stuck in the ground next to them is a sign that reads, "No touchin'." Tuchin. No touchin'. Luckily, you've never been much for reading signs, so you take the 15 gold coins. Puts us up to 1930. Oh, I was getting slap happy when I was writing some of these cards.
Nanny will believe that.
Yeah, no kidding. Wonder if he got something valuable. Yeah, maybe so. All right, old Ragnar, now that we've finished that, he can leave that room, just apparently not very quickly. 1, 2, 3, and 4 is all he managed to move there. Down here to the monk Tiaga. Again, I'm really wishing that we could get her close range, but until somebody manages to blast a hole in the room, she's gonna have to settle for her weaker long range attacks. Okay, now that deep femur is slightly damaged. I think it's only got 1 body point left, but it's still not for sure that she'll kill it. So, okay, so Paya sends some energy bolts at the deep femur, hitting it with a 1, theoretically enough to kill it if it doesn't defend, but it does indeed defend that hit.
Are you wanting them to be like kind of dark brown skin? Or like
No, I'd still
tan?
make him green skin.
Green? For a wasteland?
Well, we don't have like the wasteland femurs are the normal femur,
Oh,
so there's not like a mountain femur or anything like that.
okay. I was not picturing green at all. Do you want like darker green? Like a lighter, medium green?
Yeah, maybe like a medium. You could probably get some like brownish, if there was a way to get some like tan or brown like in there in a way that makes sense.
How about this Absolution green? It's a deep green.
I kind of remember you talking about that paint before, yeah. So these guys were creations of Morcar, so they're not natural monsters.
Yeah.
Sometimes they wear wigs. Robert. See if Robert can finish off that deep femmer there. Robert swings his battle axe, hitting it with a 1, so again, enough to kill it, but it can't defend. Okay, and it doesn't, so there's the deep femmer gone. Oh, by the way, I don't know if Creation is still in here too. Creation, if you're in here, if you've got Discord, definitely get in on that too. I forgot to mention that when we were actively talking, so I'm not sure if Creation's still in here. Give both you guys a follow back there. We always try to do that. Anybody that follows us, we'll give them a follow back. Joseph, do you also stream, by the way? Always interested in what everybody else is doing in that regard. We've been looking for people that are part of our community that consistently stream when our streams are done, so that we can do some raids with people we actually know, which would be nice. But I'm not sure where in the world you are or what time it is where you are. But for us, it is 2:17 a.m. where I am right now. So a lot of the people are not streaming when we're finished, because where we are, it's the middle of the night. You There does painting streams. Check out You There as well. She's also paints some Hero Quest stuff every once in a while. She paints a lot more than just Hero Quest. Usually she's streaming before us. Oh yes, Gohan is still here. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my street. Yeah, that's the best time to go walking, when there's not a billion people everywhere.
Bye-bye, Red Tail.
Oh no. Gohan also streams. Playing some awesome video games. You still streaming Final Fantasy today? Gohan, I saw you were streaming earlier. I was at that rehearsal, so I couldn't tune in this time. I try to whenever I can. I'm so stupid busy. I hate my schedule. I'm looking forward to things calming down a little bit. Okay. Darn, I got distracted in the middle of a turn. I try so hard not to do that. My brain just works on such a dumb wavelength. Okay, I think it's... Yeah, Robert just killed that deep femmer is what happened. So he's got another action. They've already searched that room for traps. So I think we're just going to move him in. I think that's probably the smartest move for him. He knows he's not going to step on a trap. Tiaga's turn. It would be really nice for her to be the one to finish off that Wasteland Femmer to get her demon form back. 1, 2, 3. Let's stick her here. She still does attack better at long range than close. So she sends a blast of energy at the Wasteland Femmer, hitting it with a 2. Now these have normal Hero Quest stats. 3 attack, 3 defense, 2 body points, but we're +1 attack, +1 body points. So 4 attack, 3 defense, 3 body points. Oh, numbers. She hit it with a 2. It didn't defend either. So not dead, but close. Hope she stuns the monsters. Yes. I mean, she definitely damaged it, that's for sure. That is going to take us to the monster's turn there. That is the hero's turn done. So the Femmer here is already adjacent to Robert, so we might as well let it attack him. Swinging his axe, he hits Robert with a 3. And Robert only blocks 1 of those, taking 2, dropping him to 5 body points. Glenn says, I've been zoned out in TikTok land. Yeah, I can't blame you there. I can get pretty bad about doom scrolling either Facebook or YouTube. I don't really have much of the other social medias. I have a TikTok. There's a Midnight Quest TikTok, and I have a personal TikTok. And I've actually, because I know I'd get stuck in it, I have never scrolled TikTok. I've never watched the home page of TikTok. I might watch a TikTok video if somebody sends me one. But other than that, I've never just like watched the stuff go by, because I know I'd lose hours. Joseph says, Best to take some time off from TikTok and go on some other medias. Yeah, TikTok is about all I use. Oh, gotcha. Oh, and Cal's back.
Bye-bye, Redtail.
Oh no, Redtail. So sad.
He's now Blacktail.
Big sad. Big sad as far as history and nostalgia, but big happy as far as way better paint job. Yeah, I go through periods where I manage to not doom scroll Facebook, and I am always a consistently happier person when I manage to do that, because Facebook is typically nothing but bad news and upset people arguing with each other. So if I've got to doom scroll something, I prefer it to be YouTube.
You're crazy.
Gohan says, I don't sit on it all day, just like 20 minutes or so, a couple times a day on average. Yeah, and that makes sense. That's clearly way outside the umbrella of like addiction or like a huge time sink. Cal says, people argue on social media? Nah. No, everybody is extremely polite and compassionate, and if they ever have discussions, they always remain civil, and every time you got two people on opposite sides, they always present very intelligent and well put and correctly spelled arguments. All the time. LOL sarcasm, yeah. And Joseph says, when she make a move? Yes. Okay, so yeah, you're right. Distraction. So we are back to the hero's turn. It is Ragnar's turn, and he is up here. Now, we do need him to search this room for treasure. It's the only thing that wasn't done in this kind of upper quadrant. So we'll go ahead and... Actually, we don't need to roll him. We'll just go 1, 2. We're guaranteed at least a 2, and then we'll let him search that room for treasure before he leaves. And there's a special treasure in this room. Let me read up on what's going on here. So Ragnar finds a hastily written note on the alchemy table. It reads... Felmarak, the Sorcerer King, will rise as foretold and bring about darkness to the realm. I must seek audience with Zargon once more and seek to stop what I have begun. Then I must gather coin and raise my army. Ooh, little tiny bit of clues as to what Malar was up to.
So those were his 15 gold coins.
Yeah, potentially those were his 15 gold coins that said no touching. Okay, back down here with Paya the monk, who is going to move and hopefully get close enough to that femur to make a good attack there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Paya throws a punch at the femur, hitting it with a 1. That's not a very good hit. And indeed, it blocks the attack. Okay, that takes us to Robert, who is already adjacent to that femur. He is going to swing his battle axe. Oop. Only hitting the femur with a 1. Come on, guys. This femur must be a really nice guy. They clearly don't want to hurt it. It also did not defend that. And, okay, I lied, so that killed it. Yeah. Robert's like, really sorry about this, but... And then he taps him with the axe just hard enough that he died. Joseph says, some strength and heal potions. That both potion contain some slight points. Yes. So in our redeem stuff there, you can gift potions of healing or potions of strength to the heroes that will either give them some body points or temporarily increase their attack. Yes. Gohan says if Gramina was here, she'd charge right at it. Exactly. She'd have killed it by looking at it. Okay, Robert's got an extra action left. Let's go ahead and have him search for secret doors in this room. There are none, but he's just getting it out of the way there. Again, it is a little bit too bad that Tiago wasn't the one to finish that monster off to get her demon form back, but it all works. Is she going to go search that treasure chest, or is she going to leave? She's going to search the treasure chest, as long as she rolls enough to get to it. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what's in the treasure chest. Tiago finds 200 gold coins. That's going to put us up to 2130. You can tell this was somebody's chambers. There's like actual stuff laying around. Yeah, and Joseph says he can't find it. That's too bad. Yes, exactly. No kidding there. Okie dokie. No monsters on the board, which is kind of strange. Back to Ragnar. Everything's done in that upper quadrant, so he just needs to join up with everybody down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he can't take his 7th movement because Robert's in the way. Typical, am I right? And all the searching is done in all the areas we've been to, so it's all just about moving on to whatever these 2 doors are. So it is Paya's turn now. Let's go ahead and take her down one of these paths and see which way she's going. So red card, black card. We're definitely going in the black door here. 1, 2, 3. Opening the door into this new room, she finds a whole line of skeletons. 4 to be exact. Including another one of my awful paint jobs. What was it with me and red? I don't understand it.
Is there any one of the ones I painted?
No, not this time. We're getting back to the front of those drawers, which is where those are, I think. A whole line of skeletons. Okay, Paya. Are we searching for traps before we walk in there? No, of course not. Who searches for traps? Now, she'll get surrounded if she walks in there, but she's got such good defense that I don't think it matters. She's also got a really good area of attack skill she could use if she gets surrounded. So I'm honestly not super worried about it. Well, yeah, but that was Justin rolling. She throws a punch at the skeleton, but misses. Yeah. And Joseph says she's in trouble. Yeah, yeah. Clearly she must be. She just missed a skeleton standing right in freaking front of her. Okay, Robert. What do we got going on here? Now, he's not moving very much, but which direction is he going? He's going to go for that bottom door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so he gets just close enough to it to go ahead and open it. Let's see what's going on outside in this hallway that he can see. Not much by the looks of it. We've got a wall right beside the door, and another wall here blocking us off from going. So this is a very short hallway that he can see. And then he might as well search it for either traps or secret doors now that he's looking out into it. Let me shuffle my randomizer deck right quick. You can tell I've been neck deep in that Annie Get Your Gun musical too. I never say right quick. Okay, traps or secret doors? He's going secret doors in this hallway, and there are none. Yeah, Joseph says, Barbarian, do something. Yeah, no kidding. Don't go in the room and kill any of the skeletons. No, no, no. Go search for secret doors. Tiaga. Oh, there we go. Ooh, guys, watch this. This is something. Now, this is probably the 3rd or 4th time I've ever played this quest in my lifetime, and there's a special thing in the skeleton room that I know about because it's on the quest map, but I've never actually seen it happen. So we actually have the opportunity to make it happen here, which is kind of wild. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Keep in mind that Tiaga, this whole quest book revolves around Tiaga because she is the bearer of the Talisman of Lore, and the mystery is that suddenly it won't come off, and it's really hot, and they're trying to figure out what in the world is the deal. As Tiaga enters this room, any remaining skeletons, which in this case is all of them, will drop to their knees, bow their heads, and collapse to dust. Skeletons destroyed. Another tiny little mystery. Why are monsters obeying the bearer of the Talisman of Lore? Gohan says, you used to say first off a lot, and I would always think of Hit 'Em Up by Tupac every time you said it. Yeah, I do say first off, yeah. And Joseph says, Tiaga says, oh, thank God. Yeah, she was coming into the room to help, and then it just, off they went. Now, I will say, I don't think that counts as her killing them, so I don't think she gets her demon form back as a result of that. That was a willing unanimation, if you will. I don't think that counts as her having consumed their essence. Okay, now that was not an action. All she's done is move. So now that she's in here, she can search for either trap, secret doors, or treasure, and she is going for treasure. She's like, now that the skeletons are gone, we can see what the loot is. Scattered throughout the room are coins lying on the ground. After a thorough search, you manage to find 25 gold coins. Yeah, we must have all the coin cards right at the bottom. 2155 is where that puts us. There were probably potions interspersed throughout this that got found through other treasure searches, which, as I've mentioned before, if the quest map specifies that they find one of the treasure pile potions, I go through the treasure pile and pull it out of there so that we have a set number of potions in play. Okay, no monsters on the board. We are back to Ragnar. Hey guys, I think we are going to finish this quest tonight, by God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ragnar not being super useful there. Didn't quite make it anywhere. Can't search for anything from that position. So it is now Paya the monk, who might as well search for secret doors before she leaves. There are none. They now know there's nothing else to do in this room. No need to search for traps. She is headed out. 1, 2. Also did not roll enough to make any meaningful headway. Robert, however, can definitely walk out into this hallway, but we are going to ask first, is he searching for traps? Yes. Now we'll go ahead and define the area that is being searched for traps here. Because this hallway is so short, we'll go ahead and allow the hallway that this is attached to be a part of this search, and this will count for his secret door search as well. Ah, there you go. Gohan's like, no, we're not finishing the quest.
Yeah.
Our assassination attempt on Robert failed. We ran out of monsters. Yeah. So just for the sake of defining the area he is searching, I'm going to put those walls up there. We'll get that monster here in a second. And this search is going to apply to these squares as well as this double wide hallway. There are a couple of traps to be had in that area. Not big deal traps, avoidable traps now that they know where they are. There is a spear trap here and a spear trap here? Question mark? No, here. The very avoidable traps, and even if they had to step on them, it wouldn't be a big deal. Joseph says, outside a random encounter. Yes, yes. So that was Gohan using up some of the channel points to cause a wandering monster to appear and attack our berserker here before he gets to do anything else. So that monster is going to appear right here on the square so that the other heroes can't really help unless they're using long range. We randomly draw which monster is going to appear using one of these cards. I drew the 9 of Hearts here, and up on a chart behind me, the 9 of Hearts lines up with an ocean orc. Ocean monsters, of course, raised in or around water. They are very fast, but they trade in a little bit of attack for that quickness. Now, because we are at +1 attack difficulty, this orc still is just kind of like regular attack orc. So the ocean orc swings his sword at Robert, hitting him with a 1, which he blocks. And go ahead, says ocean, yes! We keep getting the ocean monsters here. I like the way the ocean monsters look. The kind of like blue skin is neat. Of course, this orc isn't painted yet, but the ocean goblins are all painted. I like the blue skins. Joseph says, I mean, there's a sewer fence thing on the floor. Yeah, very true. So maybe it came up out of there. That's a good point. That's a good point. All right, now, Robert does have the action to go ahead and attack this too. So the only thing that Robert had done prior to this happening was search for traps. So I was going to move him, but now that that orc's in the way, he can't move, so we'll just go ahead and attack. Swinging his battle axe at the ocean orc, Robert hits it with a 1, which it doesn't block, but it's also not dead. Need to move my computer keyboard here. Okay. We're doing pretty decent on time, too. There's only a couple of rooms left, so I'm going to try and not get too distracted and get us the rest of the way through this. Tiaga. Moving forward. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll leave her there. She is able to shoot at this orc through the other heroes. So heroes can shoot through other heroes. Monsters can shoot through other monsters, but it does not work cross the other way. So heroes can't shoot through monsters, monsters can't shoot through heroes. So we can assume at this point that she's either firing between these two guys' legs underneath them, or she's yelling, move. Back from ads, gotcha. Oh, that's right, I saw that we were in an ad. So all of that explanation was for people who already knew that. Okay, she fires a blast of energy from her redwood wand, hitting that ocean orc with a 2. It blocks 1 and takes 1, but because it was damaged already, it is indeed dead. Which is actually really good for Tiaga, because she can consume that thing's essence, giving her back the ability to cast Demon Form. She moved and attacked, though. Gohan says, so I've been meaning to ask you about this thing that takes a long time to explain and get into it. It distracts the quest being done or something. I don't know. Did I waste enough time getting you to read this? And Joseph says, nice try. It is not hard to distract me, let's be honest. That's okay, no monsters on the board. It is Ragnar's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, moving out into the hallway, and we already know about everything that's potentially out here. Now that he is looking down this hallway, though, he does see this door leading into the central room. Oh no, not the central room. Paya. Paya the monk is still barely on camera there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and she can't take her 6th movement because Ragnar is in the way. Robert. Moving 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just kind of plowing his way through there. It was my fault, but he just like straight up pushed Paya aside. Tiaga. Oh yes, let's start off her turn by recasting her demon form. So just as a refresher or as new information for Joseph, when she is in her demon form, she ignores pit traps and gets an extra attack dice for long and close range attacks. She loses it if she gets hit and takes any damage, but she gets it back if she kills a monster. So she just got it back because she killed that ocean orc. And we also swap out her mini to the big old demon form mini. And then she can move. Not very much though. 1, 2, 3, apparently. That's kind of wild that we just had an entire hero movement turn and that's all we got done. Nobody did anything other than move, and they barely gone anywhere. Joseph says, what's the hero name that got her form back? That is Tiaga. Tiaga is the one who can turn into a demon. Yeah, we definitely, I got to work on this. Maybe tomorrow when Savannah's streaming, I'll come down here and see if I can figure out a way to at least get names and pictures. Yes, welcome back, Tiaga, yes. On this quest, we have Sir Ragnar. We'll get a little bit closer up there. Sir Ragnar. Paya, the monk. Robert, the berserker. And then Tiaga, the warlock, and she has a couple of forms. So she has her regular warlock form, and then her demon form, which is the one we just put down. Now we have 12 heroes total, but only 4 can go on a quest. So this was the 4 that got chosen for this particular one. Gohan says, easiest way is just a text overlay with the names in the scene. Right. I'm thinking there should be a pretty easy way in OBS that I could load up a little like circular picture of each hero and just, although I'd have to do that on stream as part of the quest setup, which would suck. But yeah, it'd be really easy to just edit the text boxes with the correct names and theoretically edit the little picture box to be the right picture so that you can attach the name to the picture of the hero. We'll work on it there, because I'd also really, I'd like to get the body point total on screen too, and I know Cody in our Discord sent a link about something that might work for that I need to check out.
Thursday too, for the creative stream.
Oh yeah, the creative stream would be another place that we could work on getting that in there. Yeah. Okay, so we're right at the beginning of a turn. Ragnar is moving. Let's see if we can get him up to that room. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, indeed. Up to the central room. Oh, and Joseph says, thought he was the barbarian. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, Ragnar is opening the door into the central room where he finds another door, a weapons rack, up here, another treasure chest in the corner here, and also a pretty not fun amount of monsters. So we have another wasteland femur. Oh, this is another pathetic paint job of mine. Here you go, for your viewing pleasure, the worst femur I ever painted, why I thought his tail needed to be white, or why he apparently has a yellow mohawk. I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna get a better paint job. I also broke his axe off at some point. I'm not sure when. I've got his axe. I need to try and hot glue that back on. In addition to the Wasteland Femur, we also have another Deep Femur here. There is also a Dread Warrior here. One of the more powerful kind of bad guy knight characters here. There's also a Chaos Warrior in this room as well. So these guys are undead knight characters that are from thousands of years ago that still kind of hang around. Gohan says it's personality, just like the Jelly Zambi. Exactly. And Joseph says, oh no, heroes are tired of fighting. Another door, but also any encounter. Yes, definitely. You'll find a few empty rooms here and there in Hero Quest, but not super often, depending on the book you're playing. Okay, Ragnar, are we searching for traps or are we charging into battle? He is charging into battle. Now, he didn't have very much left in his movement, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he only has one more.
Yeah, you should be suspicious if you open a door and there's nothing in there.
Yeah. I think we will charge him in there only because he's first in the lineup, which means the other guys ought to be able to get in there too, so he theoretically won't get surrounded. We want him to use Rallying Call once everybody's in there. So we're going to move Ragnar the last movement in there. We are going to use his Concentrated Attack skill, which is not an action. For the next 3 times you attack, you may roll 2 additional attack dice. This only applies to Ragnar. And then we are going to use his second action to utilize the first of one of those attacks. The question is, which monster is he going to attack? So we'll just use the 4 suits of the decks of cards for this. So hearts, diamonds, clubs, spades. Spades means he is shooting at the Wasteland Femur because, like me, he is offended at the appearance. Oh, you know what? I take that back. I should have looked at this a little bit closer. If we look at line of sight, he actually can't see that Wasteland Femur. Yeah, that Dread Warrior is 100% blocking line of sight to the Femur. Okay, so we'll draw that one more time. So any of the 3. We'll say low number, medium number, high number. 6 is a medium number. So he's actually going to shoot at that Deep Femur. Loading up an arrow in his crossbow and bolstered by the concentrated attack, Ragnar fires an arrow at the Deep Femur, hitting it with a 3. And let me review stats on that guy one more time. 5 attack, 4 defense, 3. 5, 4, 3. So he might kill it, but it's got pretty good defense. Okay. Except, as always, I jinxed it when I said something about it. He did indeed manage to kill it. Joseph says, question of heroes, who is hurt the most? Right at the moment, Ragnar and Robert are both equal in amount of hurt. They both have 5 body points at the moment. Tiaga and Paya are both doing pretty good. The monsters aren't attacking the girls, I guess.
They know how to duck.
Yeah, the girls know how to duck. Yeah, that's it. All right, Paya the Monk is next. Now, she is not currently on camera, but we need to see if we can get her up in there. She doesn't have anything that makes her move quicker, though, does she? No. So she's probably not going to get all the way up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she didn't quite make it into the room, but she probably still can attack as long as line of sight is there. The same answer there, Joseph. Who's got the lowest HP? So body points are equal to HP in this game. So, Ragnar and Robert are both at essentially 5 HP, if you will. Although it's called body points in this. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, either the Chaos Warrior or the Dread Warrior are well within her range, but can she see them? Questionable. Definitely not. How do we rule that one, chat? Can she see the Dread Warrior? I think I'd say that's close enough. It passes the wall like ever so slightly, by like millimeters. Joseph says, I'm almost close to 600 CP, so I can heal. Oh, nice. Awesome. Yeah. Now Ragnar's got a ton of gifted healing, so he's in pretty good shape. Robert, questionable. So Savannah agrees that's probably doable. That line of sight is doable. Again, it does cross the wall, but again, like by millimeters. And I don't feel too bad about letting her shoot because she's got weak long range. She's not gonna kill it. But Tiaga's about to miss her shot and hit the Berserker. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Paya sends some energy bolts at that Dread Warrior. Hitting it with a 1. Definitely not killing it.
Heroes kill
And it
heroes.
blocked. Yeah, yeah, no kidding. Okay, it is indeed the Berserker's turn. And he would be... Yeah, he would benefit from just rushing in there and trying to take care of business, I think. Except he didn't get even close to the right amount. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here's how he can still be useful. As we've established a couple times, Robert the Berserker does not have long range. The Berserker class is straight up not allowed to have long range. Oh, Joseph says, I forgot which one is which. All good, no worries. So he can't attack. However, because he is adjacent to the room, he can search for traps or secret doors. Now, secret doors isn't a big help when there's a bunch of monsters in the room. In fact, it could potentially add more monsters, which would not be good. So we're gonna have him search this room for traps. Before we have too many people charging in there, there are a couple of traps in this room. Avoidable now that they know where they're gonna be. Pit trap right here. Pit trap in front of the treasure chest. So at least he was a little bit useful. Gohan says, secret doors! That is one redeem, and remind me about this if I forget, Gohan. On Thursday, I want to add in the redeem to essentially force the secret door. I think I'm going to have that be a bits redeem instead of a channel points redeem. Or, maybe not. I've actually been considering making the difficult monster a bits redeem, and then maybe the secret door could replace it as a channel point redeem, because it's a little bit more interesting, I think. 3 monsters in the room. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Okay, and then we're going to be at Tiaga, who I imagine is not going to make it all the way up there. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and she's... Yeah, she's not within range even if she could see anybody. So, unfortunately... Oh, yeah, I didn't even have her on camera. So she was down here. She moved up to here. She did not get close enough. So that's unfortunate. Ragnar took a little bit of a risk going in there, and unfortunately nobody else rolled good enough to get up there. Gohan says, I'm just here for the randomness. I'm all about the secret doors, Gramina, and now Robert dying. Yeah, that's for sure. Well, Ragnar's about to be in a little bit of a bad situation, but he, like I said, he's got potions falling out of his ears from gifts. So I very much doubt he's going to die, but he is going to get surrounded by all of these monsters. Okay, Chaos Warrior first. Chaos Warrior swings its axe at Ragnar, hitting him with a 5. And he doesn't defend a single one, which means that would be him dead if not for the gifted potion of restoration that Justin gave him earlier. Which is going to pop him right straight back up to 12 body points. That was a nasty hit. 5 skulls and no defense. Ouch. Ragnar has help from Sleepyhead. Yeah, Justin's definitely fallen asleep. Which character is about to die? So Robert is now the only one who's low on health. The Berserker is the one who's vaguely low on health and actually does not have any healing left. Okay, and that is unfortunately not it for Ragnar's punishment. We've also got a Dread Warrior attacking him, swinging its mace and hitting him with a 3. He blocks 2 and takes 1, dropping him back to 11. Someone had a chat, had over 2,500, had the restoration. Yes. Yep. Yep, Justin definitely did. Justin has been around for a while, and he's usually so he's the one who does all of our shorts. We post daily shorts on YouTube and TikTok and Facebook and all that stuff. And so Justin is usually here in every single stream, looking for stuff to clip. So he's got a lot of channel points. I bet he didn't even use half his channel points to do that restoration. I plan to be a medic, OMG. Yeah, that's good. We need that for sure, because the chat seems on an average night seems fairly split between murderous rage and I'm gonna help everybody. That seems to be the two things that we've fairly evenly split, which is nice. And the Wasteland Femur also attacking Ragnar here, swinging what used to be an axe, swinging a broken splintered handle, I guess, and hitting Ragnar with a 2. And Ragnar didn't defend either of those. Man, that was a bad monster's turn for defense. He just did not do a single thing there. Yeah, karma is a B word. Yeah. Yes, okay. So we're back to Ragnar. Now, Ragnar has his concentrated attack yet to do, which is going to be good. I think we're also going to have him drink his heroic brew. So this is a potion that he found by searching for treasure. This essentially allows him to make 2 attacks this turn as a single action, which is going to be good for him considering he's surrounded and nobody can get in there to help him unless he punches a hole. So he's got to kill one of these monsters, and let's hope that with his boosted attack and getting to attack twice, he will be able to do just that. Unfortunately, none of these monsters are damaged yet, so I think we're going to have his first attack hit that femur, is the one he's most likely to kill. So for his first of 2 attacks, pulling out his broadsword, boosted by the concentrated attack, Ragnar swings, I said broadsword, swings his battle axe and hits that femur with a 2. The femur does not defend, however, it's not quite dead. Boy, it almost seems a waste. But he's got to do it. He's got to punch a hole if anybody else is going to get in there to help him. Okay, using the last of his concentrated attacks with his heroic brew, he attacks the femur again, swinging his battle axe, and this time hitting it with a 3. And again, it does not defend. He kills it. Oh, there, Justin's not asleep. Hear my name, what's up? Falcon Punch. Gohan says Falcon Punch. Oh my gosh. Joseph asks Justin how many channel points he has, and Justin says 6.9K. You got some channel points there, my friend. Oh man, Gohan's got 27,000.
I have weight.
Oh my gosh, I want you to cast a restoration on the night. There you go. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. So I need to up how much the stuff costs is what you guys are telling me. Oh, that is hilarious. Well, yeah, I didn't see Gohan. I don't think it said, at least it didn't show me if you're on a stream streak or something, but you were in the 20s or something. If there wasn't limits, Robert would have been dead. Yeah, without a doubt. Right, I think we can only do 1 potion of restoration per stream. We've probably run everything out of stock just about now, right? I mean, not the potion of strength, maybe not the potion of healing, but the monsters are probably out? No, okay. I should have known that's what was going to happen there. Justice, dang it, Bobby. Yeah, it's just Justin's fighting right back with the healing. Oh, gee. Yeah, actually, Robert needs the healing, so that's a good. He is out of healing. I don't need to ask Gohan who that monster is for. I already know. Let's see what monster is jumping out. Yeah. Let's see. The 10 of clubs. Is that one that we can use? No. That is not a monster that we have seen yet. Seven of Spades is also not a monster we've seen yet. King of Hearts should be good, though. That is an Orc Archer. Okay, now the Orc Archer attacks better at long range than it does close range, so normally a Wandering Monster would appear right next to the targeted hero, but we are going to put him here, just so that he can benefit from the better long range. Okay, so Orc Archer immediately firing at Robert Tylan, hitting him with a 2, which luckily he blocked, although that Orc Archer will probably hang around a little while with those harder monsters there. And then we're just going to go ahead and immediately apply Justin's Potion of Healing, popping Robert back up to 9. So nobody's on death row at the moment here. We're not in a great situation as far as the monsters we're fighting, but we're in a good situation. We're fine. I realized I almost said we're not in a good situation, but we're in a good situation. Brain. Whatever. Okay, so we did Ragnar. He did his Heroic Brew, attacking twice. He does have a second action, and we'll do Searching for Secret Doors in the central room. There aren't any, but at least we got it figured out. We know now for sure, and it is now Paya's turn. Justin says, yep, I woke up just in time. Was rolling over and heard my name. Oh, that's funny. What are the odds of that? Gohan says it's tough to increase points because then it makes it harder for newer viewers to be able to engage. Yes, no, I was totally joking about that. I think we're reaching a point now where the limits on what we can do is kind of equalizing it out so that it's not ridiculous. Okay, so I'm going to resist the urge to have Paya attack that orc and have her go in there. Being that she's one of our stronger heroes, I think I want her in there dealing with those stronger monsters, as long as she doesn't get too garbage of a roll. In fact, I think I want her on that Chaos Warrior. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just enough. Okay, now she is a strong attacker, but she also has some skills that will help her here. Ooh, do we want to do Eye of the Storm? Yeah, I was going to have her do Strength of the Mountain, but I think actually Eye of the Storm is a better situation here. So she is going to use her Element of Air. She has 2 cards that are both associated with the Element of Air, but if she uses one, it uses up both. So we're going to have her use Eye of the Storm. As an action, make 1 unarmed attack against all adjacent and diagonal monsters. So she's going to be able to hit both the Chaos Warrior and the Dread Warrior here. Joseph says, wait, how many healing potions do they have now? So Robert doesn't have any, but he's got a good amount of body points now, so he's not in bad shape. Ragnar's got 3 healing potions still. Paya actually doesn't have any healing potions, but she's got really good defense, so it's kind of hard to hit her. And then Tiaga, the Warlock, has 2 healing potions.
But they can only use Potion of Strength.
Okay, Paya. Eye of the Storm, first attacking the Chaos Warrior, throwing a punch and hitting it with a 2. It doesn't defend either of those hits. It's not dead, but it's definitely damaged. She is also throwing a punch at the Dread Warrior, but misses that one. Okay, so the Eye of the Storm unfortunately was a little bit wasted because of the miss, but that's all right. I mean, she got a good hit on one of them. I'm happy with that. Gohan says, gifted potions don't stay across quests, so don't waste your points if you don't have to. Yes, yes. Thank you for pointing that out, Gohan, because I had not thought about pointing that out, but you're absolutely right. Justin says, Gohan is here way more than me. My schedule doesn't allow me to be here every time as I like, especially if I'm working 12 hours. Yeah, 100%. Okay, so I wonder, actually, I'm going to click, speaking of me being distracted, because of course I have infinite channel points being the creator of the channel, but am I also affected by the limits? No, I'm not. Okay, that makes sense, but I was just curious. Right, and Gohan is also super conservative with points. Yeah, Gohan's definitely not using them all the time. Oh, yeah, they're on cooldown as well, Joseph. So being that Justin just used one, it'll be a while. And there's also a limit on the total number, and it wouldn't surprise me if we've reached that. I don't think we've reached the limit on Potion of Strength yet tonight, but Potion of Healing is probably done. Okay, it is Robert's turn, and yeah, I mean, the orc was summoned to attack him, so let's have him deal with that. We'll move him back one here and have him attack that orc archer. Swinging his battle axe, he hits the archer with a 1. Dang it. It didn't block, but you gotta hit monsters harder than 1. We're not in the early game anymore here. I mean, I guess if you look at it literally, we kind of technically are. Book 4 out of 14 is still early game. Warlock, Tiaga. She's only moving 2. 1, 2. So I guess she's also attacking the orc. That was not my plan, but she didn't get good enough movement to do anything else. So sending a blast of demonic energy at the orc archer. She hits it with a 3. Ah, yes, that is a skilled strike, and that orc archer is super dead. Let's see those emotes. Woo! Yeah, Justin says I use points like they're going out of style. Also, I'm on mobile mostly, so I can't type for anything. Yeah. Everyone else gets the limits or whatever before I can, so I can't spend points if everything's been bought. Right. Yeah, gotta love that super dead emote. I love it. Nice. Oh, we got the super dead emote and the hype emote. Nice. Was that one of yours, Justin? The hype emote? Because I recognize that's the Rick and Morty font, right? There's a vague thing, memory scratched in the back of my brain saying that was something from your channel, unless I'm totally remembering that wrong. Nobody actually has any strength potions at the moment. But I think we've only had 1 use tonight. Nice. Oh, Gohan. Oh, my eyes are so bad. That looks super neat, though. Oh, it also says hype. Awesome. Is that one of yours? Oh, yeah, so you got the character with the thumbs up? Yeah. Nice. Okay, what did we do? Tiaga just got rid of that orc, so it is the monster's turn. Man, they need to get in the shop once this place was over. Yes. Yeah, that's for sure. We're almost at the end. There's only 1 room left after this one, so they are pretty close here, which is good because I usually like to end around 3 a.m. and it just passed 3 a.m. So we'll go ahead and finish this one up. Dread Warrior and Chaos Warrior are both going to attack. I would say one of them is going to attack Paya. We just got to figure out which one. So Chaos Warrior first. Who's it going for? It's going for Ragnar. Chaos Warrior swings attacks at Ragnar, hitting him with a 3. He blocks 1, takes 2, knocking him down to 7 body points. And then the Dread Warrior is going to attack Paya, just so that we're kind of spreading out some damage here. Swinging its mace and hitting her with a 2. And she doesn't block a single one. Look at that. Dropping her down to 8. 6 defense dice, not a single white shield. That shouldn't be possible, right? Statistically, that's crazy. Justin says, once upon a time, I had Rick and Morty themed stream set up. There are a few remnants left. Yes, I kind of remember that. Because I knew when I saw that hype that was something from your channel. Have you continued to keep up with that show? I'm just curious. I tried for a long time. Oh, go ahead with the nose-blowing emote. After Justin Roiland left, the voices are, the people they got to do the voices are good, but it's still just not quite the same. Yes, gotcha. I think I've seen everything up to the season that's airing currently, I think. I don't remember if I watched the last season. Okay, Ragnar, we definitely need to try and get rid of somebody. We've got a weird amount of damage markers in the room. I'm not sure what this other skull was for. Both of those should have been on the Chaos Warrior, I think. let's see if we can kind of bully the Chaos Warrior out of here. Oh, we got LOL, good game and hype, nice. Ragnar swinging his battle axe at the Chaos Warrior. Hitting it with a 2. And it blocks 1, taking 1, so not quite dead. It's got a single body point left, and I don't think Ragnar can really do anything about it. Now he could use his rallying call, which will give him and Paya 2 extra defense dice, but I don't think it's necessary, honestly. He could use some extra defense dice maybe, but even he's not in bad enough shape for that to really be necessary. So we'll leave it at that. Okay, it is now Paya, and I think what she is going to do now is use her Strength of the Mountain. So we're going to turn her towards the Dread Warrior that just attacked her. She is going to use her Element of Earth, which again has 2 different cards, but using one uses them both. Roll 2 additional attack dice on an unarmed attack. Using this element does not count as an action. Now the attack will, but using the element does not. Ouch. She throws a punch at the Dread Warrior, strengthened by the mountain. Oh, look at that. Hitting it with a 5. Now this Dread Warrior is not damaged at all, but it doesn't defend, which means it is definitely dead. One-shotting a Dread Warrior, not an easy task. Joseph says, let's see the strength spell. Yes, 1 to go. Okay, let's get Robert in there and he can help out with that Chaos Warrior. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Robert swings his battle axe at the Chaos Warrior, hitting it with a 2. Now this Chaos Warrior has only got 1 body point left, and it does not defend. Robert finishes off that particular thing. So we got 1 more room to go after this one, and we got the treasure search, of course, to do in this room. We'll get Tiaga in there, and we'll see if she rolls enough. We'll have her do the treasure search. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, she didn't roll enough, so we'll get her up there. 4. No monsters on the board, so we are back to Ragnar. Ragnar, are you doing the treasure search, or are you leaving? He's gonna leave. Ragnar not interested in the treasure this time around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He is indeed interested in what is out this door, though. Gohan says, unless you're Gramina. Exactly. Gramina could have one-shot that guy. Easy. She would have demanded he lay down and die, and he would have immediately done so without further question. So we got a wall outside the door, and other than that, that's what we got. Ragnar does have another action left, so we might as well see if he can search for traps out there. This is an awkward amount of square to search for traps. So again, to help us kind of define the amount that's being searched, I'll reveal this extra wall right here. So we can say that from this square, around the corner, and to this square, there are no traps. Justin says, those the only emotes I had. Used to be goofy pics of my kids, but I quickly had to separate my life as a streamer from being a dad. Some people on Twitch are messed up. Yeah. Said some very nasty things about my daughter that was 10 at the time. Oh, wow. Fortunately, I had a really good mod that got rid of it before she saw. Yeah. Dude, that is seriously messed up. Yeah, Shamrock has warned me about that a few times. That maybe we are a little bit too open about who we are and where we are and those sorts of things. The issue, of course, being that all of that information is already public because of Afterwinter. So in promoting the band and that I'm part of the band, all the personal information is out there for us no matter what. Yeah, Gohan and Joseph also praising the reaction there. The mod being really good, and then Justin getting rid of those emotes. I lost that word there for a second. I guess both Skyward Sam and Shamrock have had some weird stuff kind of like that too. People getting kind of weird about things and then ended up having to be, you know, banned and that sort of stuff. And ugh, sad that people are like that. Okay, Paya. Is she going for the treasure search? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's headed out into the hallway, and she might as well search that area for secret doors. There aren't any, but at least she hasn't wasted the action. Robert, what are you doing? Robert is the one who's going for the treasure search. He's like, all right, maybe you guys don't care about a treasure chest, but I'm checking it out, okay? Robert heads over to the treasure chest and searches this room for treasure. In the chest is 150 gold coins. I'm making sure that's 150 and not 130. Why do the 3 and the 5 look so similar? No, it is 150. Very nice, very nice. That's going to put us up to 2,305. Yeah, Joseph says, let's just get out of here, yeah. And Just says, I eventually gave it up altogether besides an occasional Zelda stream, but it's rare. Yeah, hey, nothing wrong with that. I feel like the important thing with this sort of thing is you gotta enjoy doing it. So whenever you feel like it, do it, and if you don't feel like it, don't worry about it. I mean, that's, you know, it's objectively not the way to build a community around it, but if you're not worried about that anymore, then that kind of gives you the freedom to do whatever you want with it, which is its own kind of reward, really. Tiaga, moving along. 1, 2, 3. That's kind of where I am with the music stuff, honestly. Like, it doesn't bother me really if anybody hears any of the stuff I make. I enjoy the process of making it so much that that is the reward. Doing it regardless of whether or not anybody ever hears it is the reward in itself. No monsters on the board. We are back to Ragnar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then moving off into this other hallway. We actually better switch cameras. Ooh, got chat selected instead of OBS. There we go. Switching cameras to this hallway that Ragnar is now looking down. The new hallway here has a wall at the end, as well as a door. Okay, Ragnar, are we stopping to search for traps? Yes, and I am glad he is, because there is a couple of traps in this hallway. There is a pit trap right in front of his face. And much more dastardly, a swinging blade trap down here by the door. Now, this is a fairly new trap. In fact, when we get down there, somebody's going to have to disarm that. I don't even remember what it does. So if the disarm is unsuccessful, I'm going to have to dig out the rule book and read up on what that thing even does. Justin says, yes, it was a desperate attempt to escape the job I was in at the time, but I found a better job. Yep, totally understand it. Totally understand it. Okay, Paya the monk. Also kind of headed down towards that direction. 1, 2, 3. Not very quick, though. Does she have something that allows her to just jump straight over a trap? Yeah, but I think it was her other element of air card, so she's already used that. Robert. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just kind of headed up there. And then finally, Tiaga. Now, Tiaga can just skip pit traps while she's in her demon form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then, yeah. Now, I think I'm gonna... She could step on that trap and attempt to disarm it, but if she gets hit, she loses her demon form, and I don't think I want that. I mean, we only have the one room left, but still. I think anybody else in the party is a better option to disarm that trap other than her. And Joseph says, please don't die. Yes! Okay, back to Ragnar. Joseph says, at least I broke even. Yeah. I made enough to cover what I bought to stream before I quit. Just not my thing. Yeah, totally understand. Totally understand. Okay, now Ragnar failed pretty hard to disarm a pit trap earlier in the quest. Let's see if he has that same problem here. Stepping on the pit trap, he attempts to disarm it. As long as he gets a shield of either color, he's fine. He does indeed get a white shield here, which means he has successfully removed the pit trap. Good going, Ragnar. Good on you. Okay, Paya, moving along. Let's see if we can get her up to that swinging blade trap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, indeed. Okay, so Paya attempts to disarm the swinging blade trap. Same thing here. As long as this is a white or black shield, she has successfully disarmed. It's a skull. That's unfortunate. Okay, let me dig out the rule book and review what these traps do, because I don't remember. This is the second time we've run into one, and the first time it's been triggered. Swinging blade trap. If a hero moves onto a square containing a swinging blade trap, Zargon will tell them that a huge axe swings out of the hidden alcove in the ceiling. Oh, that's me. A huge axe swings from a hidden alcove in the ceiling. The hero must roll 2 combat dice and lose 1 body point for each skull rolled. The hero cannot defend this. If the hero manages not to roll any skulls, they have successfully jumped out of the way of the swinging blade and may move 1 square in any direction away from the trap. This ends their turn. If a hero is hit by the blade at all, the hero should move backward 1 square so that they are no longer standing on the trap square. This also ends their turn. Okay, so she sprung the trap. We'll roll her 2 dice. She did indeed get hit with 1, dropping her to 7, and it said that she should get knocked back 1. Now Tiaga's in the way, so we'll actually knock her back 2. And unfortunately, she was unsuccessful in removing that trap. So somebody's going to have to get a shield there. Ah, there we go. That's me. Gohan says, I need to find a way to be more entertaining. Yeah, I think it's partly that. You know what I mean? It's a weird thing. I think you have to get really lucky. Because I think that's you know, what the bit of success that we've got here, I think, has a lot to do with that. We've got a really, really good community that's really dedicated, and you know, it's not like there's a bunch of people streaming HeroQuest on Twitch, so we've got that little niche. But you know, there's a lot of luck. Gohan says, I need a me to find my channel. Yeah, exactly. Okay, and Joseph redeemed the potion of healing. So let's, yeah, we need to give that to Robert. So he's the only one who's really low. Ragnar's a little low, but he's got a whole bunch of potions. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pops Robert back up to 13. And again, I would totally, I actually said this to Savannah, maybe even last night. I wish that I could hang out in your streams the way you hang out in mine. That's it. The only reason that I can't is because I'm usually at work when you do it. You know what I mean? Or I would totally be there. I've enjoyed the times that I've been able to be there for a little while. Where is Robert? Robert is still in the back. He's not even on camera right at the moment. Okay, we won't move anything because he's about to move on to camera. So he's got 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he's got exactly enough to also make an attempt at disarming the swinging blade. Same deal for him. He's just got to get a shield. And he did. Way to go, Robert. Nice. Okay, I gotta put my rule book away. Can't beat it. Gohan says, yeah, I have people stop by, but they're all streamers too, so nobody hangs out, and I don't mind. It just feels blah sometimes. Yeah, totally get it. Totally get it. There are a lot of people that are like that. I would probably be a lot more active on Twitch if I didn't have such a ridiculous work schedule. More active on Twitch meaning I would be hanging out on other people's streams too. Okay, yes, that means that Tiaga can move. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Tiaga is opening the door into the yellow room here. And we find here the exit staircase. And just in case you were worried that this was going to be a nice, easy end to a quest, oh no. No. 2 more Chaos Warriors hanging out in this room. Undead soldiers, very hard hitters. starting to crumble apart, so their defense is not very good, but a pretty decent amount of health. So we've still got one last little challenge. Justin says, it's more work than what it's worth unless you love to do it. All the management outside of the stream trying to be successful was soul-sucking to me. It was part of the reason my first marriage failed, but my current marriage is better anyway. Well, there you go. Yep. I think we at least with Midnight Quest, we've landed on a really good set of circumstances. It's still very stressful, but it's not the stream itself that's stressful. It's not even really the management outside the stream that's stressful. It's really just the general stress of doing anything added on top of all of the other general stresses of all the other things we're doing makes it a difficult thing, not because of anything that it's specifically doing, but just because of the sheer volume of things that are being done. But yeah, I think we've landed on in a combination of you know, hard work and a level of being entertaining, slotting into a niche that not a bunch of people are doing, and then like mostly a massive amount of luck. Tiago, are we searching for traps? Yes. Searching for traps in that room, and there are none. Now, unfortunately, that means she can't attack either of those guys, and it is the monster's turn, so one of them is headed up to her, which means she is very likely to lose demon form here, which sucks a little bit, but at least we are at the end of the quest. Chaos Warrior swings attacks. Only hitting her with a 1. She might defend this yet, actually. Nope. She only had to get 1 white shield. She couldn't do it. Now, she still has 10 body points, so she is plenty good on health, but unfortunately, that Chaos Warrior did break her demon form. Poor Tiaga can't defend to save her life. Okay, the other Chaos Warrior can't do anything, so it is Ragnar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's hope he can kind of punch a hole here. He can only shoot, but the other guys aren't going to be able to do anything. So Ragnar loads up an arrow in his crossbow and fires at the Chaos Warrior, hitting it with a, critical hit of 3. And the Chaos Warrior doesn't defend anything. Wow. If not for our difficulty chart, that would have been that Chaos Warrior dead. And Joseph says, Jesus, 10? Gohan says, that's the other thing, I'm bouncing around different games for my stream, so I have to hope someone is looking to watch that game when I'm streaming it. Right. He comes to the rescue, yeah. But I do think that I see exactly what you're saying, but it does kind of provide a benefit of like, so somebody comes and visits and they're not into the game you're playing, but you can just play a different game next time, so you can appeal to a wider variety of audience. Now, again, I think this works really well because it's such a niche. As far as I'm aware, there's only one other channel on all of Twitch that streams HeroQuest content, and they do it a lot less often than we do. They've just been around for a long time. But if somebody doesn't like HeroQuest or doesn't like board games or doesn't like Dungeons & Dragons, there is no chance that anything we do is going to appeal to them. You know what I mean? Yes, Joseph says vengeance for Tiaga. Okay, and it is Paya's turn, so I guess we'll just move her up one. She can't do anything. Yeah, she doesn't have any sort of tricks up her sleeve that allow her to get up there. They've got to get rid of that Chaos Warrior before anybody else can do anything. Moving on to Robert, and it's the same thing. He literally has no actions that he can take. So it's back to Tiaga, and we're going to hit and run, I think, with her. Or maybe we cast Lightning Bolt. Yeah, let's do that. So she gained the ability to cast the Dread spell Lightning Bolt, which is also peculiar, because Dread spells are bad guy spells. So when she walked into that room, suddenly she gained the ability to cast a Lightning Bolt spell. Let's utilize it while she's got it. This spell may be cast in a horizontal, vertical, or diagonal direction. The bolt will travel in a straight line until it strikes a wall or closed door. It inflicts 2 body points of damage on all heroes or monsters that stand in its path. So she casts Lightning Bolt. She only hits the 1 because she's not diagonal from the other guy, but it causes 2 body points of damage which it cannot defend, which does indeed kill it. This also, because she can consume its essence, gives her the ability to cast Demon Form again. She can't cast it immediately, but what we are going to do is beeline her for the exit. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we still got 3 other heroes to take care of that Chaos Warrior. Chaos Warrior can't attack her while she's on the stairs. She has exited the quest successfully. Gohan says, I mean, even if I'm playing Final Fantasy, which I have been, there's so many different ones that someone watching for today, even though I just streamed it last week or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, so you got lots of things that are kind of like within that same genre that you can jump to. So if somebody's a big Final Fantasy fan, I mean, heck, you could do the whole series. Same thing with Zelda. I mean, you could probably make a career out of just playing Zelda, right? Because there's so many different games and so many different fans of that series. Okay, Monster's turn. Chaos Warrior is moving. Oh, I didn't think about that. That's unfortunate. So it's still going to end up blocking there. Chaos Warrior attacks Ragnar. Could be worse. We're still not in bad situation. Swinging its axe and hitting Ragnar with a 4. Ragnar blocks 1 and takes 3. Those Chaos Warriors aren't screwing around this time. It drops Ragnar to 4. Now he still has 4 healing potions. And we're, again, it's the last monster of the quest. I very much doubt that there's going to be any problems. And we are right back to Ragnar, who is going to swing his battle axe at the Chaos Warrior. Hitting it with a 3, dishing it right back out, this guy. And it doesn't defend a single thing. Still not dead, but very damaged. It's probably done for, right? I think with the other action, we are going to move Ragnar back. So he can't move past it, but he can get out of the way so that these other guys can do some stuff. Any chests up the stairs? Not this time. Gohan says, but if I miss them on the wrong day, then I miss potential audience. That's true. So that's another thing. I mean, I don't know how your schedule works, but like having a set time that you do it would certainly help for that. That consistency means they know when to expect you, but it's also hard to stick to that sort of thing. And Justin says chests are not a good time. Yeah, Justin's got bad luck with chests. The chests in this quest were nice. Gohan says, so because I'm not on the same game/topic every stream, it has smaller windows to grab people. Potentially, yeah, that's true. And you know, Justin said something to me one time that I see with a lot of these channels that's absolutely true too, and that is a lot of people are more interested in the person streaming than the thing they're doing. You know what I mean? So you could also gain an audience that's happily there in your streams regardless of what game you're playing, even if they don't really care about the game you're playing, just because they're interested in talking to you or they think it's funny to see how you react to stuff like that. Those sorts of things are really really nice for that sort of stuff. We're going to have Paya use the element of water. She is going to use Tidal Surge. Use this element to split your total movement roll before and after your action, which means she can move, attack, and then finish her move. Her move is 7. She's going to go 1, 2, and then attack this Chaos Warrior, throwing a punch at it, and hitting it with a 3. It blocks 1, takes 2, it is dead. Honestly, I did that just in case she didn't kill it. And then she can move. Let's see, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, also successfully exiting the quest. Gohan says, right, but that comes from them finding it in the first place. But yeah, that's the goal. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, promotion is hard. I'm not good at that. I am really bad at promotion. Honestly, I should be, because there are HeroQuest groups on Facebook with hundreds of members who are interested in exactly this sort of stuff. And every time I stream, I should be posting a link in those groups. I've done it maybe twice. You know, I'm bad at that sort of stuff. Joseph says, wait, you guys are under the dungeon. No, we are, the stairs are actually going up. It's hard to indicate with just a tile. We are in a tower. We actually, the last quest prior to this one was a huge staircase that we were just going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. So we are actually really far up in a tower right now. Just hard to indicate that. Robert Somebody needs to search this room for treasure. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Treasure or secret doors? Which one's he doing? He's going to go treasure first. Let's see what Robert finds. Are we going to hit that elusive wandering monster that we haven't had this quest yet? Oh, no, but arrow trap. While you are searching, a hidden arrow shoots from the wall and strikes you. You lose 1 body point. Yes. Oh, no, there's the wandering monster. Yeah. Oh, okay, auto checkpoint upstairs today. Yes, exactly. Getting that wandering monster. I'm assuming that's for Robert, right? I probably didn't need to ask that. Let's see what we got here. I can't believe that we still had those left. That's got to be the last one, right? I don't remember what the limit is. It's like 6 or something. 3 of clubs is a deep mummy. Ooh, that's a good ending monster right there. Deep mummies are no joke. Oh, we're going with another nasty painted one too. Okay, so here's the deep mummy we're fighting. Another one of my 11-year-old paint jobs. A totally blue mummy with a black face and a black hand. I don't know. I don't know. The deep mummy. Oh yeah, these guys are gonna hit with 5 in this difficulty. Swings a fist at Robert, hitting him with a 2. And he doesn't block either one. Dropping him to 10. Gohan says, Ocean Mummy. Yeah, we do have those. I don't know that we've seen one. It is blue, so it should be an Ocean Mummy, isn't it? Okay, and then technically Tiaga, it is Tiaga's turn here. She has exited the quest. She could come back out to help fight that mummy. Probably unnecessary. Yeah, let's leave Paya and Tiaga out. So we'll actually just remove them. And we'll let Ragnar and Robert take out this guy. Monster's turn. Mummy literally just attacked, so it is Ragnar's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like I fudged that movement a little bit. I hope I did that right. He didn't quite get close range, but he can still shoot. Loading up an arrow in his crossbow, he fires at the deep mummy, hitting it with a 2. It doesn't defend either one. Damaged but not destroyed. Gohan says, it's so weird to see red heroes in the early episodes. Yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah, we've had the heroes painted for so long now. It's weird to think of them being anything other than what they look like now. Okay, Robert's turn. Robert swings his battle axe at the deep mummy. Can he finish it off? He hits it with another 2. That indeed could finish it off. In fact, likely will. Yes, it didn't defend a single thing. So a welcome little extra distraction before we finish out. And then, yeah, plenty of dice to exit the quest. And then, yeah, Ragnar only needs a 2. Again, we don't need to roll for a 2. You're guaranteed at least a 2. Excellent. Justin says, I started watching on a whim mostly because we've been friends for so long and now I have a growing army of expensive plastic and paint. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Sorry about your addiction.
Yeah. Don't lie, I called you up one day and I was like, Justin, have you heard about this new kind of heroin? It's called Hero Quest. It starts with the H-E-R-O, just like heroin, but it's a different thing. But it's got the same level of high. Gohan says, no, he isn't. No sorries. Okay, so let's talk about quest cleanup now, and then we'll get out of here because yeah, we didn't go too far over. So all surviving heroes get 50 gold coins. So usually we should be ending a quest with 4 heroes, which means we get 200 coins. That's going to pop us up to 2,505. Community wallet, by the way. I assume everybody probably put that together. But all 12 heroes share a singular wallet. And then we're going to clean up all the cards that we don't need. So unused items. We're going to leave all of Tiaga's stuff because she has to go on every single quest in this book. Got unused skills and spells we can clean up. Oh yeah, Robert actually didn't use any of his skills because all of his skills either require him to be very low on body points or cost him body points, and he was not in a great situation in a lot of that quest. See, Tiago, we just kind of need to reset. Get her dark wings up there. And then, of course, Joseph says, if they play as a mage or any character that had magic, do they have one spell slot or more? A lot more. Most characters have quite a few. Our wizard characters specifically have anywhere from 8 to 12 slots. So we didn't have any like really hefty magic users in this particular quest. But yeah, sometimes there is a lot of magic flying around. Gon says, see, I was trying to help him use his abilities, but y'all had to heal him. Yeah, there you go. That's what it was. Justin says, I'm surprised you didn't. Granted, we mostly ever talk music, but I'm sure I've mentioned being into D&D type stuff. Yeah, and I knew that, but I also try not to bother anybody with stuff too. You know what I mean? I don't want to... I've got stuff going on so constantly that I feel like I'm not super likely to be like, oh, hey, dude, you should check out this thing. I'm not a super social. Despite the put-on that I have for presenting, if you will, I'm not a super social person. Joseph says, I was dragged in ads, but you don't need to explain again. Okay, yeah. Okay, so the other thing that we get the gold, we clean up a little bit, and then surviving heroes also get 2 skill set points, which they have to use immediately. We have 6 different skill set categories, 10 levels in each category. Each hero class is affected by those benefits differently, and there's also not a benefit for every single level. Now we randomize what each character gets, and the more skill set points a hero has, the more hard the monsters are in the quests. So we'll start here with Ragnar. I'm going to go ahead and erase all his damage because everything resets at the end of a quest. So he's going to go into the next quest with full health. Also need to make sure he doesn't have any gifted potions left in his inventory. No, he doesn't. This was Ragnar's 14th total quest. That's about the average that we're sitting around is 14 quests per hero. His first point tonight is going to go into Magic Memorization Level 4. Okay, that's a weird thing for a knight, but I do think he gets something for that. Yeah, so if we pair Magic Skill Level 3, which he has, with Magic Memorization Level 1, or Level 4, sorry, which he just got, he gets 1 spell per quest. Well, there you go. Ragnar's going to start to have a little bit of magic. Apparently in our canon, Ragnar is enough interested in magic that he's working hard to learn it. No one died. You're right. Yeah. Yes, and that is also correct. Ragnar technically died. Yeah, Ragnar technically died, but actually, Justin, your gifted Potion of Restoration brought him back. A Chaos Warrior came along and hit Ragnar with a 5, and he didn't defend a single thing, and that was the number of body points he had left was 5. But the Restoration Potion healed him. It just says, okay, cool, I got a character killed once. Justice for Hogard. Yeah, Ragnar is the knight. Yes, Robert was the berserker. Justice for Hogard, yes. The berserker was Robert. Okay, second point for Ragnar here is going to be combat level 6. Let's see, what is combat level 6 for a knight? Okay, nothing, but at level 7, he is going to get access to the Tier 2 Armory. I'm glad he's close to that. Okay, so that's it for Ragnar for this quest. Yeah. Okay, next is Paya. So we'll erase the damage on her chart here too, so she's ready to go for the next quest. I forgot to underline the 12 on Ragnar's page. This was actually Paya's 15th quest. Paya's been around since the very beginning. She was in our second ever quest, I think. In episode 2 was her first quest. She was kind of in episode 1, but she didn't really do anything. Her first point tonight is going to be... Give me a card we can use here. Constitution level 6. Constitution increases body points. However, 6 is nothing. She'll get another body point at 7, though. And her second point is Machinery level 6. Machinery has to do with disarming traps. And level 6 is nothing. She'll get something again at level 8 for that. So she's on her way to that. So she didn't get any specific benefits tonight, but she's working her way towards a couple of different things. Still very good showing from her. I'm starting to really enjoy when she's on a quest. Justin says, you have no idea how upset I was when Hogard died. Oh yeah, without a doubt. I'm so glad you clipped that and made a short out of it too, because you know, I was talking to Chad. I think Gohan and I were talking about Tears of the Kingdom at that moment, and so I didn't even realize what had happened. So it's so funny to watch that short and see your reaction when you realize what happened and that there's nothing you can do about it. That short just summed it up absolutely perfectly. I was also upset that he died, but we move on. You know what I mean? Like I'm okay with a hero dying every once in a while for the sake of drama. You know what I mean? I think it should be entirely possible to take a set of heroes all the way through the campaign with nobody dying. I think that should be possible, but not likely. I think you'd have to do like cheesing the rooms for that to be happening. Yeah. And Gohan says, yep, with Treyas' first quest because someone else died. Correct. Honora, the wizard. Honora Whitlen was our original wizard, and she died in that first quest. So Treyas was actually her replacement. We only have Treyas because Honora died. This was Robert's 15th quest as well. Let's see, his first point is going to be magic skill level 1. Not that he's going to be getting, not that a berserker is going to be getting much out of the magic skill. I'm quite sure level 1 is nothing. Yeah, no, he has to get clear. He has to get clear to level 5 to get to actually having a spell. Okay, and then his second point is going to be combat level 7. Now, surely that's good for a berserker, right? Yes. Okay, so combat level 7 isn't anything, but at level 8 he will increase his base attack to 4 combat dice, which means he could sell his battle axe because his bare hands are the same kind of like danger level, if you will. Or attack power is probably a better way to put that. Okay, and finally Tiaga, our warlock, who is required to go on every single quest in this particular book. This is book 4 out of 14 in this campaign, by the way, so we're still kind of at the beginning. This is Tiaga's 16th quest, so she is now our most experienced hero. Her first point is Machinery level 5. I imagine that's not anything, right? Right, yeah, she doesn't get anything new in Machinery until level 8. Machinery is to do with trap disarming. And her second point is going to be Magic Skill level 8, which is going to give her another specialty set. Okay. Okay, guys, I need a quick vote here in the chat. We need to choose for Tiaga. Should she get detection spells or darkness spells?
Darkness.
Savannah votes darkness. Joseph says it's like a D&D video game, but in real life. Yes, totally agreed, but also the result menu. Yes, yeah, 100%. Treyas, Moonstone, Tiaga, and Robert, I think, is Quest 2. I just watched the YouTube earlier, and I can't remember. Yeah, I think you're right. Yep, because Moonstone takes out the boss, I think. Gohan also votes for Darkness. Joseph votes for Detection. Justin says, if you join the Discord, we can try to find some time to play Hero Quest on Tabletop Simulator. Yeah, oh, and also votes for Darkness. Okay, we'll go with Darkness, but Joseph, thank you for the input there. Detection is also a very good skill set. It does kind of make sense for the Warlock. She's got that demon form. The Darkness spells, I think, will give her some good stuff. Okay, I've forgotten now if we've given her her second point. I think we have, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yes, that was it for her. Okay, that is going to do it for us tonight. However, we got all of the closing remarks and stuff to do. So, I've mentioned this probably earlier. Joseph says, you guys sure you want darkness? We are streaming every single night. So I'm not sure what time zone you're in, Joseph, but we are streaming at midnight Eastern time every single night of the week. So most of the time you will find me here doing exactly this. We do quests on Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Friday nights, and Saturday nights. And then my wife Savannah does painting streams from this exact same channel on Sunday nights and Wednesday nights. Excuse me. And then Thursday nights we do like a creative stream where we talk about lore and world building, and we do some kind of administrative stuff for... gotcha. So we do some administrative stuff for the quest books, make sure that everything's running smoothly. We take suggestions and make sure that those are actually working. Time zone is like 12:45. Gotcha. 12:45 a.m. We had different west and east zones. Gotcha. So you're behind us then. If it's 12:45 a.m. for you right now, then you must be like kind of towards California then, right? Kind of vaguely. Gohan says, we gather weekly to decide who we target this coming week. Yeah. Nighttime. Gotcha. Yeah. So it is 3:45 a.m. for me right now. It's the middle of the night. We got young kids who are going to wake up at the crack of dawn. We got to go to bed for sure. But Joseph, thanks for hanging out. Very much appreciated for the follow. Glad you enjoyed it. Really appreciated you jumping in and asking questions to understand stuff and doing the channel point redeems and stuff. Jumping right in there. Very much appreciated for that. Definitely come hang out with us again. So tomorrow night will be a paint stream, right? Yeah, it's Tuesday. I've lost track of what day it is. So tomorrow night will be a paint stream. Savannah's going to be starting the Wasteland Femmers, I imagine. Yep. Yeah. Joseph says, you're welcome. I'm going to see if I come late. Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, we usually go from like about midnight to about 3 a.m. So I assume that then for you, that would be like 9 p.m. to about midnight. Usually. It's hard to say. It's always a little bit different. So painting stream tomorrow night. Creative stream the night after that. Next quest on Friday night. But yeah, we'll definitely be doing stuff. Thanks. Oh yeah, thanks for joining the Discord as well. So if you have any other stuff, you can definitely throw that in there. Surely it's hard to track Western time zone. It is. My gosh, it is. And being that we stream in the middle of the night, we often attract people totally from the other side of the world as well. So some of the names you saw in here tonight, like you there is here is from New Zealand. Cal, that was in here for a little while, is from Australia. That's right. Julie, yeah, Julie's not been in here. Gohan, good point. We haven't seen Julie for a little while. Julie's from Cambodia. So we often get people from the literal other side of the world, being that we're in here at night. So definitely a fun time. It blows my mind every day that we have this ability to instantly communicate like this. All of us from totally different parts of the world. Now Justin is from fairly close to me, so Justin lives about a half an hour away from me, but almost everybody else that hangs out here is like from really far away, so pretty neat for sure. All right, so yes, thank you everybody for watching. Even if you're watching right now and you haven't been in the chat a whole bunch, thank you for watching. As always, both Savannah and I appreciate every second of time that you guys spend in here. We appreciate any time that you spend hanging out with us. So thanks Gohan as always for hanging out in the chat from, you know, half an hour prior to the stream starting to all the way to the end of the stream. Always active, always chatting. Couldn't possibly appreciate that more. Thank you, man. Same to Justin. Justin's always in here doing stuff. And of course, as I mentioned a couple times, Justin does our daily shorts. So a huge thank you to Justin. That is something that I knew was necessary for the success of this project, and I didn't want to do it. So boy, am I glad Justin took that over. Joseph says, anyone in Discord, let me know if he's live for the next episode. Yes, we actually have a bot in there. So whenever we go live, the Discord will automatically notify you about it. Yes, Gohan said the same thing. Discord has a ping. Yes. All right, I think we will go ahead and close out. If you're interested in catching up on previous episodes, we also have a YouTube channel. If you just type in Midnight Quest Game on YouTube, you'll find us. So all the previous Quest episodes, all the previous painting streams, and the aforementioned daily shorts are all available on there. We got daily shorts on TikTok if you want to go follow us over there. We've got a Facebook page if you're on Facebook, so you can follow us pretty much everywhere, other than we don't have an Instagram or an X. Hey, if anybody wants to run a Midnight Quest Instagram or X for us, let me know, because I assume that would be helpful. And again, I don't wanna. So for now, we don't have those. But yeah, we'll be here tomorrow night for a painting stream, or at least Savannah will be, and we'll talk to all you guys then. So one more time, thank you guys, and we will catch you then.